How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
All right, good people. Just here and yeah, just want to get one in. And I'm going to open it up in a bit, in a few seconds after I welcome some people in. It's not anything heavy. um, no rants, at least not today. What I could have ranted on or could have gone in on, I guess the people decided to bow out and back down. So there's nothing that has come across my desk that I want to address. So Supreme Pivot, what's going on? Ricky, what's happening? Gabar, what's going on? Trell, what's happening? Dusty ass Negroes, heard that. Dave Tao, what's going on? Shout out to the Tethers, heard that. Venom, what's going on? Keem, what's going on? Forever Blessed. Jizzle. Jay Cleveland, what's happening? Daniel, what's going on? Prince, what's happening? Forever Blessed. I already got him. In other, oh, I'm not the Ghostwriter Shorts. Okay, David, what's going on? What's going on, Art? What's going on, Doughboy? Will the truth be told? Marchand, going on? Joe, what's happening? Detroit and Ricky, what's happening? So basically, this like I said, this is not really um a planned show. Decided just to chop it up. So this is just a chop up session. So I'm gonna drop the link if y'all want to come up. And this is one place where the detractors are not blocked. Okay, that's specifically unless you really disrespectful. I try not to even block you. Okay, on this channel. So the detractors are not blocked. And for all those people that want me to show up as part of their live streams, okay, and they put your name in it, okay, we don't get the notifications about with the ads until the next day. So if you're going to add us and you put us in the description, you give it at least a day or two for it to show up in the mentions. Otherwise, we're not going to get it. Other than that, why don't you try to email a nigga or Twitter somebody, okay, where it's instant if you want us to show up. Half the time, I think people put your name in it because they're trying to attract a crowd. They don't really want you there. Because a lot of people say, "How come you don't show up to my channel?" And da 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 da. Number one, I'm not subscribed to you, probably. Okay. And number two, um, I don't know that I'm that you're gonna have anything that I'm interested in on your open stream because you guys might say a whole bunch of shit during a live stream. I'm not sitting through people's 4-hour live streams. Okay, that I'm not particularly interested in. Okay, so if you got something for me, it's called Clip It Out. Okay, they have that feature inside YouTube. Okay, if you want to, there's something you said about me and wanted me to address, it's called a clip. Other than that, I really don't want to know about it. If you're too lazy to clip whatever you have to address me about, then I'm too lazy to actually address it. It's one thing I want to say. So, without further ado, so baby, you sound 10 years younger, like you first started the channel. Something good happened. It's called sleep. It's called sleep, and I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna drop it. Yeah, true as I'm talking to you. Okay. If you want me to be a part of anything that you mention me in, if you want me to show up, I have an email. People that want me to show up on their channel, I have an email. And if it's something I want to address, I'll show up. If not, I'm not going to get your mention till a day or two later. If I check my mentions. And sometimes, according to YouTube, they may not show up until to a week later. So if you got something to tell me or want something to address, it's called email or Twitter. Because my Twitter shit shows up, okay? Shows up on my actually shows up on the phone. If somebody tweets me, it'll show up on the phone. It actually shows up in my email. So somebody gives me a tweet, when I check my email, it'll show up. So there's like 3 or 4 ways to mention me. Hell, you can actually be a patron for free and type it in. It'll show up. There's like tons of ways to get me. But if you just want to mention me to draw attention, then I'm thinking, okay, you just want to advertise to bring people to your channel. There's no need for me to show up. Anyhow. Yeah. Oh man, that whole 3 days basically. Anyhow, this is a chop up session. If people want to know. And this is for all of them. It's not just for True. It's for You know what? I get this from Chaos Rain all the time. If Chaos Rains want me to look at something, he'll show it to me. He's good at emailing. Okay, BGS, can you show up? And unfortunately, BGS does have a life. You know, I got 3 kids and 5 grandkids and a whole family. Okay, and plus I got just in my crew. Okay, just in my crew, I got about 15 guys that have channels that need time and attention. That's on top of my Patreon, on top of me consulting with other people. Okay, on top of me having to watch other content that has nothing to do with the manosphere, man. I most of my time watching nowadays, especially up until recently, the last couple of weeks, is the Ukraine war, what's going on with Gaza, what's going on with China, and guess what's going on with the economy. Those are my top 4 things, okay, that I watch. I watch on YouTube. Those are my top 4 things. The manosphere is down fifth. Okay. If I run across, I know I gotta keep up with enough because I have to do a manosphere channel. Okay. And it's not designed for geopolitics or geofinance or all the other stuff that goes along with it. I insert it in there because certain people want to listen to it. Okay. I want to, before I get started, let me get something clear about the gynocracy, right? Okay. About the word gynocracy. Okay. I want to tell you, I'm gonna cuss right now. So if you don't like me cussing, me like going off, cover your ears or click off and go do something else, right? Because I'm gonna go off. The gynocracy and the theory of it was not designed for 90% of you motherfuckers. Okay, it's an academic term for academics, for people in the field. All my academics get what I say when I say gynocracy and gynocratic. Even the females, even if they disagree with it, they know exactly what it means. Now, you guys complaining about me talking about the gynocracy is because every video is not designed for you. Like if I talk about the gold system and how it affects your money, 90% of you Negroes are not going to understand it. If you get something from it, fine. But the video was not designed or catering to you. So if you take offense to it, just your goddamn hard luck because you don't understand the shit. Every video that I produce is not designed for you. If I put up something, most of my stuff that I put on in dark news, 90% of you niggas are not going to understand it. You know, because you don't study the shit. Now, for the 10 or 15% of people that do understand it and do follow it, that's who it's for. Okay. So when I put up the gynocracy, just like my last 2 videos, all my academics got it. They know exactly what I was talking about. In fact, we had a whole 2 or 3 of us had a whole discussion about the video I put up about the gynocracy and Pauli Murray. Okay, they knew exactly what I was saying. And I actually try to break it down and give you hints about why certain things happen, especially um, in how they manage people. Okay, Pauli Murray did all this shit that you see with uh, uh, lesbianism, LGBTQ, intersectionality, all this stuff. All that shit comes from Pauli Murray. Okay, that's why I played it for you. Now she also explained why the gynocracy in the United States exists, which I have said before many times. I said you the exact same thing. It is an adaptation to the racist system that we live in the United States, and an adaptation for slavery and Jim Crow. I've shown you this over the past 10 years. Okay, it's not something that they just intentionally did because they don't like black men. Okay, it's an adaptation. She explained it succinctly within about 2 minutes about why it exists and why black women look at black men the way they do. Okay, now with that, now that I've explained that, Now that I've explained it, I will drop the link. Now, when I that's what Red Pill Kevin, okay, about the black matriarchy of what we call the gynocracy, okay. That's why I specifically named it that way because the matriarchy in most other cultures works differently than it does in the black community in the United States. Okay, and that shit is still being passed down to this day. Okay, the same attitudes that I have, my dead grandmother had about black men. Okay, but the only difference is that and it's something that we even talked about. In fact, me and Dr. Johnson were talking about Beale Street, right? And the difference between the silent generation raising boomers in the 1960s, okay, and even though it was a gynocratic system, okay, they had a code, okay, they had a contract between each other, and this is what Dr. Neal said. She destroyed the contract, okay, in the 1960s, okay, um, when the system could break and they could depend on another system. Hey, they took the best deal, okay. They took the best deal. No hard feelings. That's what I'm saying about black women. No hard feelings. You took the best deal. You took the absolute best deal that you could, and Uncle Sam gave you the best deal. And you took it, and you grafted onto it. And then the white feminists give you an even better deal, and you took it, and you grafted onto it. So don't come back and pointing at black men about the shit that you did. It's document. That's where you go back and document the shit that you did over the past 150 years. Okay, you took the best deal. No harm, no foul. But stop trying to blame that shit on us. You know what I mean? Your statistics are because of you. Your boys that you raised are because of you. Admit that's the system that you want to involve yourself in. That's how you raise your boys. Okay, that's how you look at your boys. That's how you would adhere, interface into the system. Okay, and when black men and white liberal men try to change that shit, you revolted. You and the white females revolted. One, because you didn't want, just like Sojourner Truth said back in what, 1850 or something like that. Okay, if black men get power, it'd be worse than before. Okay, if black men get the vote, it'll be worse than before. So instead of giving black men power, you sided with the white female. Did the same shit in 1920, right after the black men came back from World War I and were fighting for some of their rights. Right, you sided with the white females then. Okay, how did white females get sex put into the Civil Rights Bill? Okay, Pauli Murray, or what they call her, Jane Crow, and of now sided with the white females. Okay, she explained to you why she did it. And basically, she literally said, if black women cannot get power, cannot share power with black men, it ain't gonna happen. In other words, you are not gonna create a patriarchy inside the black community. Okay, not over us. And they're still doing it. I was talking to my sister about the WNBA. They're still doing the shit. Okay, it hasn't changed. That is the way the black community is built. It all stems from D.W. Griffith and Willie. It goes way. It all really stems from. You go back to the Daughters of the Trade, man. That's where it all stems from. Okay, that's where it starts. And then you go. The best book to actually talk about it, as far as this. There's two books I would recommend. Right, one is the American Slave Coast. Right, when Thomas Jefferson, Virginia, South Carolina, cut off the external slave trade to breed slaves within the United States. Right, so they had a structure. They put the women, the women, the black women, the black female slave over the children, right? And they use the black males to breed and work. And that's still basically the same pattern that you see. That's why I said black men are the floor. And when the floor tries to raise up, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna beat it back down because it's supposed to remain the floor. And it's been socialized over 200 years. That's why you're not gonna dig it out. Okay, that's why you hear this shit about black men ain't shit and they're not worth anything, and unless you're serving me, blah blah blah, all that other kind of crap, right? That's why they expect you to pour into her because you're serving her. And black men are trained that, and they're trained so well they do it automatically. And I have the hardest time, even with clients that have to have to counsel, right? Have the hardest time getting them to actually get out of that mindset because it's been drilled into them since childhood, right? But I say, okay, what do you want out of that woman? But I don't know. I don't know what I want from her. So pussy and companionship is all you want from her? Well, have you ever thought about it? Well, I don't know because you've never been trained to get anything. Okay, you've been trained to give. Negro husbandry. And I'm not going in on black women because that's the way she's socialized. So basically when in 61, when the federal government gave them the same welfare rights as white women, what'd you expect? That's why Moynihan started scratching his head. He went to Clark. What? Hey, wait a minute. Y'all been crying for civil rights and the same kind of rights that other women get. Blah blah blah. To actually help and heal the family just like everybody else. And we do it. And guess what? It goes south. It goes the other way. It blows up. Why? And Clark sat down and said, "Well, you need to read my book and you need to read Frazier's book." Okay, that's why he named it Negro Family United States, right? To see how the black family is actually built. Anyhow, in fact, I showed somebody, sent it to somebody. If I don't know if I can find it, but there was a chick. She was feminist, right? And she said the exact same thing. She said, I've dated outside my race, and I've been on, and I've traveled all over the world. I've lived all over the world, and when I come back to America, I realize that the black male, the black American male, is the best fit for me, for us. So when these chicks get out, that's how come they get so pissed off when you bounce, right? When they get outside the race, they might have a kid or two outside the race. They always come back to the black male. Why? Okay. We're socialized to serve them, right? So when they get outside the United States, they expect to go to Africa, right? They expect that African man to serve them the same way the African American male does. Okay. Don't work that way. So how come they get hit upside the head? They go to Tanzania and try the same bullshit they try on us, and they get popped or get their money taken, and they come back to the United States crying. It's like performing, man. Exorcism is not the word, man. It's almost like taking a neural chip, out of black men's brains, and it's still with them. Okay, and it's still with them. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. And then when I because I'm older, right? When it really first started happening, where black men could actually date white women, a lot of white women got abused because the black men didn't understand it. They thought she was weak. Okay, they thought that they were supposed to play the Pookie role because for a black woman to give them anything, that means there's a role they had to play, which is the homosexual, right? So a lot of black guys start playing homosexual because that's the only role where the black woman actually give them anything. They have to be like a child, and they have to accept abuse like a child. Or delete it. Well, that's true. And I'm not gonna say delete it. But Crow, you had questions, okay? True, you had questions, and there's the link. If you got questions, come on up. What's going on, Dusty? Well, yes, yeah, but yeah, because I am getting so sick of it, man. I'm so sick of it because even in the conscious community or the pro-black community, man. Okay, behind the scenes, they whisper, they talk. We talk about what these women do and what they on and blah blah blah, and then the lights, the cameras, and the mics go on. They change, they switch up. God bless them. Okay. Yeah, I've been in it. I know why. That's how come when the mics come on, hell, I'm on the show. I have to taper my shit down. Okay, I taper my stuff is watered down like 90%. All right, and it still rankles black women's sensibilities. Okay, because I'm out of pocket. That's what man. The stereotype goes so far back, man. That's the same shit about trades, right? Okay. And this is something that our new style struggles with, right? Black men going to college, okay? Black men don't need to go to college. All they need is trades. That's the same shit they said under Jim Crow, okay? In fact, it was so bad they said that black men did not need to know how to read. Okay, that was the wife's job to be able to count and read and do the bills. A lot of black men back then got married to educated women, and all they could do was write their name with an X. Guess what she never did? She never taught him to read. She'd be married to him for 30, 40 years, and when he's old and gray, he still don't know how to read. Okay, and this chick been to college. How come she don't want him to know how to read? Because she wants to run the family. Same thing in fences, right? Okay, the one thing that everybody misses in fences, right? Right toward the end, right? Okay, when she's fussing at him about what he signed as far as his brother, right? He says, "Rose, you know I don't know how to read." Rose, you don't know how to read. Now, Rose had been married to him for 20 years. Did she ever think about teaching him how to read and write? No, because as long as he's bringing in the money, doing what he's supposed to do, and bringing the money home to her so that she could manage it and she could run the household and she had control over it. She didn't want to give up that control because she teach him how to read and write. Then there's going to come a time when he wants to take control, and she don't want that. So the reach back is in full swing. Don't be here, fall back. You know what? The thing is that they're pissed. That's how come they're pissed with Kevin. Okay, that's why they hate Kevin. He's mean. He's nasty. Kevin didn't do nothing but tell the truth. Because if it were me, Kevin didn't do nothing. He was actually mild, okay, compared to what I would have done. Okay, because I tell him point blank. Okay, rate me. You're five, baby. What do you want? What kind of guy you want? You either get a blue collar guy that's willing to make a deal with you, or you take what you can get. Okay, what's your level of education? Did you graduate? No. So why would a guy, even a trucker that's making six figures, pick you? You and your six kids. Why would he do that? Well, but it's a role, okay? And I hear so many people, so many older guys, right? So many older guys, and it shit still goes on to this day. So many older guys, man, that had to leave school at sixth or seventh grade, right, and start earning money for the family so they could send his sister to college. His sister to college. He had to get a trade and start working on the farm to earn money to put into the family so the family could send his sister to college, send the females to college, because that was the path. There was always more educated females going all the way back than males. Okay, now there's certain segments. Okay, like doctors. Okay, like women couldn't be doctors back in the day, right? So as far as medical doctors or engineers, okay, that's not a female field. So that little narrow field, okay, men would dominate, and women still got pissed off about that. Nobody went off the rails. Okay. The thing is okay. This is something that was in Storm Crow's chat, right? Because I got the thing too late, man, and basically, I'm not. It's a 4 hour stream, and it's taught about a couple of people, and you got questions, and I get the notifications a day late, okay, as mentioned, show up, okay, and it's a 4 hour stream. I'm not gonna sift through a 4 hour stream to find out whatever the hell you're talking about, okay. So I said, I said, it was about Maggie and about Pearl, which I don't understand why it's such a minor piece in the Black Manosphere, such a minor piece. Maggie and Pearl was such a minor piece in the Black Manosphere. Why do you dedicate a whole show to them? They're not even content creators in the Black Manosphere. Okay, if you had a question, it could have been cleared up within 2 minutes in an email. So I said, man, all the stuff that's going on, this is what you guys are on. And somebody mentioned about the gynocracy and it being bullshit. Another motherfucker didn't watch it. Okay. Another motherfucker didn't watch it. Gynocracy and feminism. Another motherfucker didn't watch it. Gynocracy is a triggering word for him because he don't understand what the fuck it means. That's what we that's what we said. Everything is now turned upside down. What is right is wrong. What is incorrect is nonsense and dangerous and risky is good and desirable. Man, this basically what you have is a system under stress. Okay, the whole Western system is under stress. Okay, because you're getting a historical evolution, right? You're getting a turning point, which is something I talked about maybe 20 years ago because I saw it coming and had been predicted. And a lot of things they did to try to stop it or slow it down, right? Okay, and this is what's going on. You're at a turning point, and it's going to put your whole system, all the systems, under stress. So our American way of life is going to be under stress, and our leaders are going to have to make certain decisions about what is it, what how what are they actually going to do about certain things, right? Demographics, money, what is it? Trade systems, okay, supply chain systems, defense systems. All this stuff has to be rejiggered, okay. The map has to be redrawn. It's going to have effect on all countries, external and internally. And we're already feeling the effects of this. The thing is, most of the time they're not telling you why. So you think this shit's just happened. No, it's not just happening. I said this shit like 3 years ago. And once certain decisions were made, these are the results. Most people don't understand the system. Quality of life depends on what does quality of life mean to you? Well, not the earth itself, but the political systems, the way we organize ourselves, these 8 billion people on the globe, okay, that has to be realigned. But it's something that Mao talked about back in the 70s. We talked about the three world system back in 76, I do believe. Okay. If you read Kissinger's book on China, he kind of foretold that. Okay. Quality of life as a righteous man. What is a righteous man? So we're getting you see these are nebulous terms. Okay. Well, the thing is, they don't care, man. It's just optics. Okay. They just need something to complain about. So what happens when you leave the system? They don't want to play the game anymore. The thing is that eventually, because of the way the world is connected, okay, it's easier to move from system to system than it ever has been before. So men have options that they didn't have before, And the small system we call ADOS, or the black community, is under stress because now they have options. Men have the options. Women have always had the options. Okay, they've always had the options. Black men are getting the options, and that's what they don't like, because you're the floor, you're the foundation of the black community. Your service and your sacrifice is what makes the black community. Without that, it falls apart. Will China and India inevitably go to war over multiple? Nope, they are not. No, they are not. Any war between China and India will be nuclear. And India does not want that. And India is not prepared to go to war with China. Okay. They don't have the manufacturing base. It'll be a very short war. War is given. Oh, I have to go back and find it, man. Have to go back and find it. What's up, Doc? The righteous man is one who respects most high respect. Which most high, man? Okay. Which most high? If you want to come up, Ice Princess, you're welcome to come up. I'm a Gnostic, and this is not whatever religion you want to pick today. So you have to understand. You have to give me more than just that. Well, the thing is, you're the foundation, right? The backbone. They consider themselves the backbone, right? Okay, connected to a white system, right? Because short of virtual slavery in a free system, they wouldn't allow black men to work. Okay, since black women have always been the handmaid to white women, she could be in the household. She could find work as a seamstress, as a waitress, as a maid. Okay, to serve in a white family. Okay, a black man had to go and had to go and find his work as servitude, as far as in a rural system. Okay, black men have always black women have all. I never see the nameless protagonist anymore. Because nameless is doing other things, so he's busy. Okay, when you don't see nameless, he's doing other stuff. It's not that he doesn't want to be here. Nameless, nameless is he listens in the shadows. But thing is, I only mention speak on nameless. Okay, okay. Nameless is doing his thing. That's why you don't see him. Yeah, he is behind every puff of smoke. Okay. That I see Broussard on Karen Hunter. She corrected him on Trump, on his Trump support. I did not see it. Okay. I don't follow domestic politics as much as that. Basically, it's you know the stuff they talk about with Trump, between Trump and Biden, is nebulous. Okay, it's bullshit. It's propaganda. Now, if they want to feed into the propaganda and not see actually what's going on in the United States, it's up to them. But the thing is, I see shit differently. So I don't even pay attention to them, because at the end of the day, they don't matter. What she feels about what Broussard and Karen Hunter said about Trump doesn't matter. Okay, it's going to come down to two things: either do you like your trend as far as the economy is going, or you don't. It's pretty simple. It's bread and butter. If you what's going on, Maggie? That's not going. If you want to have this conversation, the link is in the chat. Okay. If you want to have this Gnostic conversation, link is in the chat. Okay. What a righteous man is. Righteous man is does more than just hold the Most High in esteem. Okay. But if you want to come up and chat, that's what the link is for. Okay. Today, normally I would say nebulous terms are fine, but nebulous terms, I've been a Gnostic for over 30 years, right? Okay. Nebulous terms about righteous and all that kind of stuff doesn't fly with me. Okay. What is a righteous man? You got to give me a detail. And holding the Most High in esteem is only part of it. As Paul said, right? Okay, faith is without works is what? Dead. What do you do in your daily life? We've always been the U.S. backstop. The whole system, the whole Western system is built on the backs of your labor. Okay, there would be no industrial revolution without your sweat. The whole industrial. Go read Empire Cotton. Actually, cut out a whole chapter of the Empire Cotton. Talked about how the Western industrial system was actually built off the backs of slaves, and how it was actually designed around the slave system. Okay, go read Accounting for Slavery. Every little feature that you see, up until the way the Japanese run their factories, was built on the plantation system. Okay,
And now you have white people trying to downplay the slavery. Like, if we weren't there, y'all wouldn't have advanced at all. Y'all would have still been trying to use Irish people and your own people to their own peril.
the
You
thing is,
used us.
okay, what happens to white people when they work in a fucking swamp?
Oh, they die fast and give
They
up.
die fast. Why you think what do you think happened to the Native Americans? Okay, why do you think they imported black people?
Well, we're used to the viruses that Europeans had.
The thing is, the Europeans are not used to the shit that goes on, right? Okay.
Yes, the physical elements.
Yeah, the physical element. 80% of the United States GDP up until the Civil War came out of where?
Our legs, arms, and backs.
The South. Okay,
Yes,
where could white people not work?
in the South.
In the South. That's why. Okay, cotton, sugar, rice, tobacco was gone by the time had been gone by the time Thomas Jefferson started to breed slaves. Okay, go look at Haiti and what they call Hispaniola. Okay, go look at Jamaica. Right, they couldn't work there. How come you don't? Same thing with Brazil. Okay,
Hmm.
they could. The heat, and the moisture and the diseases will kill white people. Okay, that's what it did. How come you never seen war? You never seen white people fight wars down in Latin America or sub-Saharan Africa?
Nope.
Okay, that's why. Okay, there would be no the white Western system. Now, did they take their advantages and build the industrial system out of it? Sure. Okay, they did. God bless them. Okay, but it would not have been created if it wasn't for slavery. Their whole system was built on slavery, even down to the Spanish using killing 30 million Aztecs
Aztecs.
to mine the silver. What do you think to buy goods and services from China? That's where the shit. That's why they did it. So wherever they can say any fucking thing that they want. The history books are replete with it. Okay, about why certain things happen. Okay, there's tons and tons and tons of books. Okay, I don't even listen to them because they're as ignorant as the rest of them. Because shit is real. Okay, that's why I talk about the Civil War fought over tariffs. Oh, it's fought over slavery. Bullshit. Okay, bullshit. Otherwise, they could let South Carolina in Virginia, South Carolina, the whole South go. Okay. The thing is, with 70% of your GDP, 80% of your GDP would gone. 75% of your tariffs, which are your taxes, would have been gone. That's why he
Hmm.
went down there. You niggas can't leave. What did Lincoln said? I don't care about slavery one way or the other, whether it stays or it goes. Okay, my thing is keeping the union together.
Hmm.
Out of his own mouth.
Who's out here saying that they fought to free slaves? I mean, that's like a small portion of it, but that's not the true reason.
Well, that's what you've been taught.
Who's saying that?
I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's what you've been taught. Okay, that's what you've been taught. Everybody says it except who? The minority of Southerners, the
Hmm.
Confederates, to disagree. No, this is why according to us, this is why we separated. We didn't secede because of slavery. They say that now. They say it, okay, but in the North, because we write the books, no, it's about slavery. It's bullshit. Okay, they know why they
Yeah.
seceded. Like South Carolina in 1828 tried to do the exact same thing because of the exact same thing, but they settled it. Okay, this time they didn't settle it. They decided they want to go to war instead.
Hmm. I like how white boys say it in the South. They like our rights, our liberty, and our way of life. And I'm like, including slavery, and it's like a pause because that includes it.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Kobe, I will. You know what? There's a book by God, what's it? Julia Grant called "The Boy Problem." Right? There's a section where she talks about that. Actually, I might even do that shit tonight because I think I've done it before. But I'll actually show you where they actually talked about the school system, how it's slanted toward girls. That was in 1917, right? Okay, they already know. They're
Yeah.
lying. They know they've done this before. That's why in 1970 they said it need to be slanted toward girls. They know if you slant the system, it's going to favor one group over the other. That's how come they don't want boys to have a separate system. They know it's slanted. Anyway,
Boys
yes,
are a threat to powerful people. You know,
huh? They what?
boys are a threat to powerful people.
They are. That's true. But
Yeah.
also, okay. I really what white boys do. I really don't give a shit one way or the other. My thing's about black
Yeah.
boys. Okay. But the thing is, if you know the system is slanted and you know this is the way the system works, stop fucking pretending like it isn't. Because trust and believe, man, I can't tell you how many PhDs that I've heard try to present shit about boys, about black boys, what's better for black boys, and that shit gets shot down. Okay, continuously.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm not talking about the people. I'm not talking about the people on the ground that are not associated. I'm talking about the people to try to present these programs and start these programs and start this shit, man, and get shot down. They can't even present anything about factual about black males in class without being censored or fired. I know
Hmm.
5 PhDs teaching in class presented factual shit about black men that got fired. Got fired for presenting facts, okay, about black men. Facts, okay? So when black men come up to me and tell me this shit ain't true, get the fuck out of my goddamn face. Well, racism doesn't exist. I just found a Air Force doctor, right, retired, talk about the racism amongst high level doctors. And he's a West Point graduate, okay, Army doctor, about racism inside the Army as far as high level shit, okay, racism that still exists. But race don't matter. Get the fuck out of my goddamn face.
It does. I was telling Mr. Z last week. I can go to work with my ring on to my blue collar job, but I do
Mhm.
not go with my ring on to the hospital. Nobody even knows that I work in the same building as my wife. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Hmm.
I don't wear it to that job. I, I just rather if they see me out, like I said, when they see me in streetwear or something,
Uh-huh.
it's the same situation. But I do not, I do not want the majority of them to know, you know, marriage status and all that if they ain't got to.
If they don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way I feel safe.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Gotta do what you gotta do. Now this is he had just retired maybe 3 months ago. He finally felt safe talking about it, right? After the
Hmm.
28 years of being an army doctor. Okay. West Point graduate, not just a rookie guy, not just a guy walking off the street. West Point graduate. He talked about being a West Point graduate uh, in the fucking Air Force, man, as a doctor and all the shit he had to go through. As an army doctor, had to go all the shit he had to go through. Okay.
I believe it.
Yeah. That's why I'm getting tired of this crap, man. Anyway.
All right, BJS. Um, you could just, I'm just going to be very quick because this is very easy if what you're saying is true.
Okay.
I want to listen to your scholars and I want you to provide books.
Okay.
That's all I have. Provide
Okay.
scholars and provide books.
Okay. No problem.
For what you're saying is that if the Civil War was fought over tariffs,
Uh-huh.
you need to provide evidence of that.
Okay.
Not a book, but you need to provide evidence of that. because
You
I'm
said,
from Mississippi and I know what the Civil War was fought over. So, look, listen, there is no need to have any more conversation. Just provide your proof, and that's all I got, man. You have a really nice day.
thank you, sir. I shall.
Yeah, so there was a few uprisings, and they wanted to offer people a different set of slavery.
Yeah,
When you start looking at Haiti, but people want to talk about other countries. I get it, but we're
yeah.
just simply talking about America at the moment. Now, if you want to go into a macro with Haiti and all that, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I could say that really added to an idea of a different type of freedom, which was still slavery. Okay.
Yep. Oh God, I
Oh,
can't remember.
BGS,
Yes, sir.
remember, you have to say every detail. You just can't say you have to give the 3 hour video of why we got let out of slavery. You can't just say a point, guys will make 4 hour videos and stuff.
No, man. And basically, most times when I say this shit, it's like offhand. Okay, it's like maybe 30 seconds. Okay,
Yeah.
even though you could easily go look for it. Okay, you could find it within like 5 minutes on Google. Doesn't take that long. But somebody asked about. Let me go back to my original because I was just looking at this. I was actually going to do a video on it, and somebody wants. I'll give you guys a few minutes of this guy talking to this captain. Who was he? Is he captain? Yeah, captain. Okay, I think he's an army captain. He had just retired. And let's see if I scroll back in my history and find him. And we'll. What's going on? Okay. Okay. This is a video. This is a video called the story of how Black American doctors are isolated. Okay. And it actually extends. In fact, there was a surgeon at UCLA, a teacher, a professor at UCLA that was actually teaching a certain, I think it was brain surgery, neurosurgery, something like that, right? He went through the same shit at UCLA about racism, okay? And how the whole faculty was saying he shouldn't take his class and you can't learn anything from him, all kind of shit. So it's not new, but people asked for it, so I will. If you permit me, I will play like 10 minutes of that, if that's okay.
Cook.
Okay, and then we can continue. But this is, as you can see, okay, the history of how Black American doctors are isolated and alienated and marginalized in residency. Okay, you can see him there in his regalia, right? Okay, and he did this maybe like 3 months ago after he retired. Okay, so I will play and go at the 1.25 speed, and we'll play maybe 10 minutes of this. We could give you guys a taste. Okay.
Hello, my name is Joseph Jones, and today is my very last day in the U.S. Army. It's been a very long time. In fact, this is my very first day in the U.S. Army. 1996 at West Point. In this video, I'm actually a cadet candidate, not even a new cadet, because we haven't been sworn in yet. I actually took my first breath in a U.S. Army hospital. My father was stationed at Ramstein, and my mom gave birth at Landstuhl. My father himself was also born in a U.S. Army hospital. His father, Melvin Jones Sr., was an infantryman who fought in World War II and was stationed at Fort Bragg. And so his mother gave birth in an Army hospital, Womack. And one step further, both of my
And I remember being a cadet candidate myself. Okay.
children were born in a U.S. Army hospital. Even my inspiration to go to West Point was, in large part, due to my uncle, Chip Jones, my father's brother, who's a class of 1982. All that to say that the Army has been a huge part of my life. In one way or another, for 28 years, I've been in uniform. And today it ends. The Army has done a lot for me. It's taken me from a boy to a man, to a warrior, to a doctor. I've gone to faraway places. I've done interesting things. I've earned 3 degrees and taken on no debt. My family is much more prosperous today than I think it would be if I had not.
Remember what I was saying about the positive side of being in the military was? He's telling you what the positive side is, right? Okay. About there's tons of money that gets poured into the military, and it's a tool to be taken advantage of, right? Okay. That's why I was trying to tell Rogish. Okay. There's a reason. I'm not saying that you had to believe in it. The thing is, if the tool is there to advance you, okay, people do shit up that they wouldn't ordinarily do all the time. Okay. To advance themselves. Go
Think
ahead.
about that just happening to pay taxes on your house. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yes, and or
Yeah,
down
just
or down payment, and amongst other things, get favorable loans, all kinds of
yes,
shit. Send your kid to school for free, all kinds of shit, right?
yes.
Anyway,
They
continue.
called me
I,
recently too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, recruiter, and I called my cousin. I'm like, "Did you give?" He's like, "No." I called
Are
my
you
stepdad. I
are you are,
called my
are you
woman's dad.
are you still young enough?
I don't know. I'm
I thought
Depends. Yeah,
36.
I
yeah,
think
no, you still
35 is the cutoff, isn't it? Well,
no
Who
for so
knows?
if you want to do any of the reserves, he has plenty of time.
okay, all
Or
right,
the Air
Yeah.
National Guard.
okay,
I said no. I said no. I'm good.
yeah.
Yeah, let's get on to it.
the Army. I'm very thankful for what the U.S. Army has done, or what I was able to do inside of the U.S. Army. But the truth is, as much as the U.S. Army has given me, the U.S. Army has also taken a lot. One may wonder why I would choose to talk about what the Army has taken on my final day in the U.S. Army. And a lot of it is just that a retirement ceremony, awards, people saying things that may or may not be really true or could be exaggerations doesn't mean a lot to me. What means the most to me is that what has happened to me several years ago never happens again to anyone. These events took place in 2011 to 2012. So you might ask, why would I bring this up almost 12 years later? And there's a couple of reasons. Number one is that at the time that the events were happening, I couldn't really talk about it for fear that it would negatively affect the outcome. Not to mention, all the facts were not available until several years later. Number two, and most importantly, the events that I'm talking about, the series of events that I endured, are happening right now, both in the Army and outside the Army, to Black doctors. It's a very specific series of events that happens in almost the same way, decade after decade, generation after generation, to Black doctors. And someone needs to speak out about it. I think the Army is in a great position to do something about it. And so this is perhaps the best audience. Number three would be that my message is best delivered by people, Black doctors, who have done well, who are prominent, who have succeeded in everything they've done. But the problem is those doctors themselves are very vulnerable to attacks. And if they say something that people don't like, they will lose their position. They'll lose their prominence. And of course, those doctors who've been absolutely devastated by this phenomenon, well, they can't speak out most of the time because they just want to go into hiding. They don't want to talk to anyone. They don't want to be seen. They're humiliated, embarrassed, and most of all, they need a job. And so speaking out could negatively affect their ability to get a job. So me, someone who lies somewhere in the middle, I kind of make my money off the beaten path now. And it's not like I can say anything, but I can say a lot. So at this point, you may be wondering, what am I even talking about? And the gist of it is this. A study published in 2023 showed that for doctors undergoing orthopedic surgery training, if you are a white female, you are twice as likely as a white male to not graduate from that orthopedic surgery program. If you are Black, male or female, you are 8 times more likely to not graduate from that program. I knew this back in 2012. I didn't know the specific number, but I knew my identity and the way I was being treated were related. I just couldn't prove it. But now I can. The way that this was done is very sophisticated. It's rather complicated. And it's not as simple as racism. It's not as simple as unconscious bias. It's not quite as simple as tribalism, although I would say that's the majority of it. It's workplace bullying, it's hostile workplace, it's all of these things wrapped into one. But what it has in common is that when it comes to residency, and more specifically a residency in a surgical specialty, it happens the same way, time and time again, decade after decade, generation after generation. And we need to do better. The Army needs to do better. And the Army is not a person. The Army is an institution that consists of a changing cast of people and a series of systems, regulations, rules that are meant to govern and bring out the best in those people. But what I found in my experience was that system did not even have the means and did not have the will to recognize or give a name to what was being done to me, because equal opportunity doesn't even scratch the surface. And so there needs to be a new system. There needs to be a new way of understanding how we operate in group environments and how power is actually managed and how the group is capable of destroying the individual for no particular reason. Now, the good news in all of this is that in October of 2023, I was permitted to speak with every residency director in the Air Force, Army, and Navy at the Joint Services GME Selection Board in Bethesda, Maryland. Also in attendance were all the leaders in the DHA, which is the Defense Health Agency, the agency that's been stood up to manage medical assets across the Army, Air Force, and Navy to prevent redundancy. So I had a room full of key leaders, and I was able to tell them my story in hopes that this will prevent it from happening in the future. But if there's one thing I know, saying one thing in one place at one point in time will never be enough. It has to be said again. It has to be understood. It has to be shared from people who, without any knowledge, may do this again. So I created an audio recording of my presentation, and I synced it with the slides that I was using during that presentation. And if you care anything about the future of the Army, the future of medicine, I dare say even the future of America, I would ask that you please watch a presentation that follows this introduction. As a final note, before the presentation begins, just want you to understand the toll that this took enduring this. There was a point where I had had my residency taken, and then I was stripped of my promotion to major. So I was a captain in the Army with no residency, with basically what was equivalent of a demotion. And eventually I faced separation from the Army because 2 bad OERs were created to separate me. So I was facing separation from the military, had no residency, and had no way to work outside the military. I was even told by someone who thought they were being helpful that I would have to work in Africa. That would be my only way to be a doctor. You can see that didn't happen. I was badly damaged. Some family members even asked why I would stay in the Army that had done this to me. And the answer was that I had to. With so much damage to my reputation, simply by men putting pen to paper, my only choice was to stay in the Army for another decade so that I could repair my reputation. You could imagine staying inside of the organization that had done these things, hearing people talk about right and wrong, it can make you angry. The last part is that if you're not in the medical community or you're tangential to the medical community, I would emphasize that what happened here, it isn't just in medicine. I've talked to Black Navy SEALs who told me they had similar issues being in the Navy SEAL unit. Black Rangers, and I'm not talking about Ranger qualified, although every Black Ranger qualified soldier and officer from the 1990s will tell you, going through the Ranger school was different for Black guys. We could be seen from anywhere. Hostility was palpable. Not a good experience, but Black officers from the Ranger Battalion have had a similar experience. And of course, the attorney that saved me in Hawaii has also represented Black Navy fighter pilots in their lawsuit against the Navy for the same exact issues. So this issue isn't just medicine. This is a human problem. This is a group behavior, group psychology problem. And I think we need to gain a greater understanding of the complexity of it and how it affects individuals and how it suppresses the actual abilities and progress of individuals. So with that said, I thank you for your attention. Here's my presentation.
All right. If you want to see the presentation, you can hit the link and go watch the whole thing. At some point, I will probably do a review of it or a reaction to it. But I just want to bring it up here, give you guys a taste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got an opinion. There are certain positions in America that white people view as a representative of white masculinity.
Mhm.
But we can start right there and go from there. And having it's different having a token Black guy in the position.
Yeah.
But when you have another one and then another one, then another one, it's we need to Agent Smith this situation and
Yeah.
absorb some of the
Yeah.
what I call the white guys and the white minister remixing everything to make it seem like what it's not. And
Yeah. Similar with similar shit happened in the manosphere, man, between Black guys and white guys, especially
Mhm.
after Kevin blew up, right? Kevin blew up, and they start choosing sides, man. I actually told the event when Kevin checked those white chicks on Fresh and Fit, people had to choose sides.
Yeah, me and my aunt talked about that.
Yeah. That's why as soon as it happened, that's why I pointed to it. I said, right then, right there, the next day, I said, look, okay, this is going to cause a divide, okay?
Oh
Going
yeah.
to cause a divide between the white manosphere and the Black manosphere. Donovan Sharp got caught in the middle of that shit, right? Kind of put 86 his channel for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, me and MTR talked about that because one of the white guys posted a video and I thought it was a Make America Great hat again. So we were in the Discord and I said, crackers with this type of shit hanging hanging a black guy. I didn't know who Ray Donovan was. I said, and he was like, "Hey, just watch out. There's white guys in here."
You're
And so,
talking about Donovan Sharp?
yeah.
Okay.
They one of the white guys had he had make women great again, but I thought it was like make America. It's the same thing. Like
Okay.
you vote that way. And he had Donovan's neck with a noose, but it was cut
Yeah.
off.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And he was like, well, yeah, there's certain white guys up in here, and
Yeah. Which is
pretty
why
much.
a
So I
group of black,
deleted it.
a whole bunch of black MGTOWs left MGTOW and came over to the black sector. So
Yeah, because
in fact, same thing with the black MRAs, like
Mhm.
Obsidian and Angry Man were black MRAs. Okay,
Yeah.
and I was a black MGTOW. Okay, so we
I
left
listened for a long
left the
time.
white sector and came over to really reboot a black sector, a nascent black sector. I didn't think it was that bad, but the thing is probably when I came over, I said, "Damn, this is worse than I actually thought it was." We basically damn near built the shit from scratch. So
Yeah.
anyhow, go ahead.
I used to listen during those times, and I found major issues in listening to that side of it because I'm like, okay, they had a few black guys on a few times,
Yeah.
and I was just listening, and those when you smell the energy in the room, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. But I continue listening. Then when y'all separated after y'all brought Bernard Riley and a few other people on, that's when I started.
That was
Great,
way Bernard
yeah,
came way late, but yeah.
yeah. But it was something more easily consumed.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, just I knew for a long time what shit they were on.
Who talking to white people or
Yeah, I just be like I call him Agent Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I call him.
Yeah, and I have no problem with Bernard Riley and folks like that, man. But
Yeah.
but I hate them bullshitting. I said if you believe there was no the race was not a factor, you wouldn't be over here with all black people. Okay, stop
Yeah.
the bullshit. Okay, I know better
Yeah.
because I've been over in white sector, so and
Yeah.
that's where I started. I started over the MGTOW white sector, so I know. Okay, so any guys that over here that are black said race doesn't exist and blah blah. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Go. I mean, you have a whole white sector over there. Okay, go over there and talk to them. If you really believe,
Yeah.
you believe your shit's gonna fly. Okay. In fact, Coach Greg and Darius M have a way bigger channels. Okay, over in the white sector on the white MGTOW side. It's still over there.
Yeah, and he's down here at Baylor. So
Mhm.
never met him though. But yeah.
Said haven't seen a Bernard Riley live in a minute. I have no idea
Same.
what's going on with Bernard Riley, so I don't keep up with him. So it's every now and then I peek my head in, but for the most part, I have no clue what's going on with him. So what's going on, number 2?
Hey. It's interesting, you're having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It was earlier today on Instagram. Excuse me, not Instagram, on Twitter. I forget what the post was, but obviously a lot of white guys, and these are professional white guys too.
Okay.
Were commenting, and one guy specifically said, "Yeah, I love it. I love it when they obviously talk about black folks, especially black men." He said, "I love it when when they're in basically in a professional setting and they're struggling to read."
Oh, they're struggling to read.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, but you know how you say that the reading level of black boys, but
yeah,
but supposedly it doesn't exist though. Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, you know what, man? I just get sick of it. The stats are there and it's been there for the last 40 years and all this stuff, but it doesn't exist, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And those white boys that talking shit are just as illiterate as the black guys are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But they talk shit.
But again, a lot of, even in this space, a lot of guys don't even understand how, even though you're basically spoon feeding it to them, they still don't get it.
Yeah.
And as we always say, they really don't understand power. And if you can't understand power at the highest level, in my opinion, you don't really know what's going on. It's just really hard for you to look at things objectively.
And that's why I said things like the gynocracy and stuff like that. Okay, and every you know this, Salchi. Every video I produce is not meant for everybody.
Yeah, it's clear. You even say it, and they still don't get it.
They still don't get it. You know, I get a lot of flack that I don't produce certain kinds of videos. That's why I don't do them that often. Okay, like a lot of stuff that is probably at a higher level is probably not even on YouTube. It's actually on my Patreon, right? That's where a lot of stuff exists, is because number one, you know, if say if I put out a darkness, my darkness may get 1,500 views, okay? Okay, may get 1,500 views, right? I talk about the gynocracy and feminism, I get 600 people on the live, okay? Because I'm speaking their language, right?
That's right.
Even with the Polly Murray thing, I have to simplify what she's saying and play it and emphasize and break it down exactly what she's saying, because I mean, people should get it, okay? They should get it. The thing is, I know I got to break it down. I got to simplify it. I got to pause it and break it down and simplify it and see, okay, and put it next to something that you've already seen that you can't understand. You know?
Without ad hominems.
Well, the thing is, you know, at a certain level, and basically, Salchi's in my inner group, so he probably, you know, he's heard this 1,000 times, right? For the most part, I'm neutral about most of this shit, right? Okay, my thing, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. This is what the way it is, even down to the Ukrainian war, right? You know, even though I might lean one way or the other for certain things, the only place I might lean is Africa, right? When it comes to Africa, I'm a Pan-African, so I'm going to lean toward Pan-Africanism, right? I will lean that way. I will lean that way, okay. So I have a bias there, but the thing is, even at that, okay, and trust and believe, I had a lot of pushback from my folks on the continent about some shit that I've said, even though it turned out to be true. And some of that shit's going on in Ghana right now. Whereas when I was trying to tell them, hey, you know what, cater to the retirees first, so that you won't impact jobs for your people there, okay?
Exactly.
Because if people go over there looking for jobs, you're going to impact other people's jobs, and you're going to get some pushback, right? You just decide not to do it that way. Guess what happens? Now you got all this big rivalry because people are fighting over money, fighting over land, fighting over jobs, fighting over all kinds of shit, right? Because I told you, I said retirees like me don't need a job, okay? We bringing our retirement over there to you, almost impact free. All we want is to be away from racism and find a comfortable place to stay. And that's it, okay? Be around our folks. That's all we want. But you bring over people that are trying to start a business, trying to find a job, trying to start a land, all kinds of stuff. That means you put yourself in competition and conflict with the people there.
The locals.
With the locals, okay? It's going to happen. But if you decided to do it that way, okay, now your leaders are going to have to step in and settle this shit, okay? Because there should be, because it's already starting to get ugly, right? You have people getting arrested and put in jail because they bought land, all right? That's fine for that one person, that's cool. But the thing is, they're going to run back and tell everybody else, okay?
That's right.
That these motherfuckers are trying to steal your land, take your money, put you in jail, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Black folks are already afraid to go over there as it is, okay?
That's right.
You're going to scare them off. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go elsewhere. Ghana is 1 in 54 countries, right? And if I know that Ghana is not for me, it's going to steal my money, hijack me, put me in jail, I'm not going there.
Why would you get on a plane for that?
Why would I bring my money there that you begged me for 20 years to come and do and spend money with you, okay? They're going to go elsewhere. And guess what? Gambia is going to step in. Hey, brother, soul brother, come over here, okay? Guess what?
Hey, brother, come here.
Yeah.
I got the access, man.
Yeah.
The access.
It says, Bahamagari, Kenya, come on over here, soul brother. Come spend your money. Come start a business here. Uganda, O'Shea, hey, they don't want you in Ghana. Uganda will give you a better deal. South Africa, right? All these places, Tanzania, all these places are going to say, okay, we can give you a better deal, okay?
Uganda especially.
Well, I'll tell you, Kenya's probably, if I was to pick a spot, okay, just me, that has the infrastructure. Uganda doesn't have the infrastructure. Okay, it doesn't. Okay,
Not yet.
Yeah.
and Uganda's not connected to Chinese money like Kenya is. Okay,
Mhm.
in fact, Kenya
True.
as a competition, Kenya just inked the billions of dollars of deals with American businesses that don't want to get kicked out. Okay,
Mhm.
so
Mm-hmm.
if you want to
Fair
do
point.
something that has infrastructure, Kenya would be your spot. Okay, South Africa or Kenya, right? Ghana, people pick
Especially considering.
if
Oh,
Ghana,
sorry.
people pick Ghana is because of all the 54 countries in Africa. Ghana's probably the safest. That's why I usually say for most people to just go in there,
Yeah.
Ghana. I would pick Ghana because Ghana's people are probably the mildest and most agreeable people probably on the continent, right? And
Mhm.
it's probably the
No talk
safest
to the
place
both
to
of them.
be. Okay, very. Then what went on in Gambia about those 6 women dying and shit like that would not go on in Ghana. Okay,
Yep.
they would not allow that shit in Ghana, right? So basically, that's why I always say Ghana. If you want to be safe, as far as safety, Ghana's almost like Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as walking around, you can walk around at night. I've seen single women walk around like midnight
At
just
night.
down the
Yep.
street in Ghana, and nothing happens to them, right? Because it's safe.
Mhm.
Okay, so with Ghana enforces it. You do something like shit like that, they would not affect crackheads. Okay, like
Oh, they're not afraid to get brutal.
no, because they want to keep it safe. They want
Yeah.
they want peace and prosperity. But so the
Yeah.
shit that's going on,
Correct.
even with expats getting their land taken, getting put in jail. Okay, they might do some shit like that, but they're not gonna hurt them. Okay,
Yeah.
they're not gonna brutalize them. You're not gonna wind up dead in Ghana 9 times out of 10 because it's a bad
They
look.
know the dangers of what
Yeah.
happens before that.
They have a reputation of it being safe. So the thing is,
Absolutely.
but the thing is, the other business kind of stuff, I would tell my boy like Jay Bones, y'all got to step in and settle this shit, man. Either not allow these foreigners to, I said, buy the land that you don't want them to buy, okay,
Mhm.
and make clear distinction, clear rules about what you can and cannot buy, or you're gonna have to get the locals out. The locals will just have to understand, okay, they're allowed to do it. Either you're gonna allow them to do it or not allow them to do it. So
Yep.
you got to step in because Ghana's kind of like you let people do what they want to do. At this point, if you want to advance, you're gonna have to stop that shit because Kenya's not gonna allow that shit, right? If you can't buy it, you can't buy it. Same thing in South Africa, Tanzania, Liberia, same place. If you can't buy it, you can't buy it. Okay, it's clear
Exactly.
rules. It's clear rules. But anyway, go ahead.
And that's the thing, man. That's why I said. I mean, I would love to. It wouldn't even matter which country for the most part in Africa. I would love to just like consult.
Yeah.
Like no fame. Don't put my name on it. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you have to, just put my name on something. If you have to, clearly. But other
Yeah.
than that, no fame. I'm not gonna invest in anything because I'm literally here to show me the papers.
Yeah.
Show me the papers so I can see how you're gonna get effed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. What needs to be done if this is the direction that things need to go. But like I said, I've already said it before, man. It's like, I really hope they make the right decisions right now. That's that.
Yeah, because it's critical now because
Yes.
now Africa has something it hasn't had in 200 years, which is options.
Mm-hmm.
And we see what they do with it. See, who did that? Nigeria just did it. They said they were actually going to build their own refinery, stop importing fuel.
Good.
I mean,
Well,
one of the wealthiest guys. I mean, you should be able to.
They've been able to, but thing is, there's certain factions that prevented them from doing it, right? But thing is that those factions have been removed, for lack of a better term, right?
Yeah.
So those barricades. No, there's no. There's it's called what the action reaction, right? Basically, the Niger thing and stuff like that, where they kind of booted the French out, lack of a better term, or asked them to leave. Let's put it that way. I'll be politically correct, okay? And Nigeria all of a sudden now there's one of the major oil producers that's putting up his own refinery instead of importing fuel from Europe.
Yes. You got all those resources in that large continent.
Mm-hmm.
What the F are you doing?
And all these Nigerian engineers to come over to the United States and learn.
And go to Europe too. I mean, like, come
Ooh,
on, man.
You have
Way
the
more in Europe. Like,
you have the expertise, you got the resources, okay?
Yes.
You got the land, and you can't build your own refinery.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wonder why.
What talking about?
Yeah. See, Bugsy. See, yeah.
No, it's Muggsy.
Is it Muggsy?
Muggsy, not Bugsy.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Bugsy Siegel?
Bugsy Malone. Yeah. Well, Muggsy's Bugsy, right? Yeah.
No, Muggsy. It's Muggsy Malone, Bugsy Siegel. But
Yeah.
BGS, can I just say it? I just gotta say it one time. What in the all types of blue hell, or in this case, what in the all types of dark indigo hell?
Yeah.
Because brothers look indigo at night.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's the I don't normally talk about it because one,
Yeah.
you get censored on the backside by
Yes.
certain people, and a certain thing,
Fair enough.
most people are not interested. That's why it's mostly put on Patreon. We talk about this stuff on Patreon all the time, especially during. I'm not going to mention the segment that we do once a week, okay? Because people
Nah,
keep
cool.
asking me. They asking me, can I get in? Nope.
Keep that quiet.
Invitation only, okay?
Yeah.
If the other brothers say you in, okay? But other than that, and I'll tell this. I left it up to them, right? If they want to invite somebody, since it's their segment, they can. If not, if they disapprove, okay, they disapprove. And right now they want to. Y'all want to keep it.
It was
tight.
a strong no.
It was strong. It was.
No, not a strong no. You got to go like Bishop Bullwinkle. We got to sing hell to the no on that one.
It was.
We got to take a trick on that
It
one.
was more like, oh no.
What did I say about the voices? Leave me with the voices and accents. Damn it! Don't take that away from me, BGS. What I ever do to you, man? What I ever do to you? Now I gotta get melodramatic on me like that.
Anyway, but this session is for you guys. You guys get in if you want to. Where you guys want to jump in?
Okay.
And then John, thank you for the cash app. Appreciate you.
Oh,
okay.
John by the way, Leon, could you please change your avatar? Your avatar. Why do you guys look like? What does it look like? Jay-Z when I'm looking through a people.
No. The avatar looks like I eat pussy.
more like he eat ass.
We ain't going there. All right, back down.
I don't want to go there.
Back down. Calm down.
You know when women are pregnant. When women are pregnant, they're too sensitive to get ate sometimes. So
yeah,
I've taken a nice break.
Okay. that means she's
congratulations.
That means she's really close.
Oh, wait a second.
Okay, Michael Douglas.
Yeah. But it never stopped.
Don't nobody say shit.
Okay, that never stopped my ex though. Right up the time she delivered. Okay.
Oh
no, I meant the eating part. You still having sex. It's too sensitive,
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, dabbing the nipples. Yeah. Anyway, go.
Yep.
But y'all jump in. It's your session.
Sure. Well, I was going to talk about the. We moved on from it, but the military part.
Oh no! Go ahead, jump in.
Oh yeah, because I remember when I was in the military. I think I spoke about it before. My black captain. Mm-hmm. We had racist crap all over the barracks walls. This was in between 93 and 96. Mm-hmm. And there were all kinds of things going on, such as like I probably recounted the story about how I actually auditioned for the jazz section, made the audition, and then my white first sergeant wanted me to re-enlist and then go instead of me just going before re-enlistment. Mm-hmm. Which, anybody who's in the military knows that, you get screwed that way. And I wasn't going to do it. So I just got out. Mm-hmm. There was all kinds of mess like that taking place. Mm-hmm. And then one of the most memorable things, we had this white guy in my unit. And you know how brothers go on leave and they come back and they piss hot. Yeah. So brothers will go out on leave. They come back and piss hot. And it's just like, you getting kicked out. It's like, man, well, why'd you smoke while you were at home?
Yeah. But
the white guy, he went and pissed hot.
Yeah.
And he just lost the rank.
Yeah.
Very common.
Like my mentor, she always says, and you didn't wake up black this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You already
They
know.
talking about themselves too. It's like, man, what the hell did you do that for?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, like
stupid.
Yeah.
like the airman coming to the door with cops and a gun, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you realize that you black?
Yep.
You forgot, huh?
But the thing about that airman though
Mhm.
is, I think because when I looked at his job, that he was one of the crew for AC-130,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking this brother got briefed.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I think there was a little bit more to what he was thinking, especially with somebody banging on the door like that and then hiding to the side. Yeah, he got briefed on some shit.
Okay, could have. He could
Mhm.
have. Okay. Why open the door though?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah. But the thing is, it's tragic. I'm still not happy about it. But the thing is that as far as the cop doing, following his procedure, he did. He's not going to get censured for it. So you're out of luck. So.
Yeah.
But the thing is you're black. A cop's at the door, and you have a pistol. Okay.
Yeah.
You open yourself up.
Yeah.
And it ended badly. So.
Getting shot with your hands up. What do you think gonna happen with a gun in your hand? I mean, come
Woo.
on.
In LA, it wouldn't even be a question, okay?
Yeah.
So what is the progress on that case anyway?
They reviewing more tape, and they're so they're releasing everything because the DOD is making them release everything. So, and it has to go to the grand jury. It hasn't gone to the grand jury yet.
Okay.
So from hearing, he didn't do anything out of protocol. So, what are they gonna get him on?
Yeah, but it's I say election time is sacrifice time, and something's gonna happen.
It may or may not. But the thing is that got to remember Trump is running too, and that's not going to go well. Okay,
Mhm.
sacrifice him. It's one thing if it's bad. It's one thing if the cop does something blatantly wrong. Okay, in certain cases. But thing is, I had to look at it, man. That's why I had two cops on at the same time, man. One was captain, retired captain, and the other one was retired officer, right? Okay, it's still in doing police work, right? I said, okay, what did he do wrong? Okay, he came up, he knocked, announced himself. Okay, he moved to the side as he should because that's where you're taught. Knocked again and announced yourself. Okay, okay, it's a cop because you open the door and you open the door with a gun in your hand and say, "Oh, I'm surprised he's a police officer." Okay, too late.
Yeah.
Too late. If he means to do you ill, now you gave him a get out of jail free card for popping you. Okay, he could have been racist.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Anyhow,
The type of stuff I have, I just put it up against the door, and it's gonna go through the door. You know what I'm saying? But
how does what relate to Project 2025? Project 2025. There's all kinds of projects, man. I don't know why this is so specific and interesting to you guys, unless there's pieces that actually get implemented. There's policy papers. They write policy papers every fucking day they sign off on, right? Okay. Most of the stuff you don't even hear about. The thing is what do they write and is being implemented? Okay.
Yep.
Policy paper. Doesn't mean anything until they start implementing the piece of their policy paper. Then you can actually go back and say, okay, this is from Project 2025. Okay. At this point, it doesn't mean anything. Okay. Because people aren't in place to actually implement it. And at some point, basically, some of the stuff's gonna be implemented anyway because it aligns with whatever's going on right now. I haven't even read the paper, so I don't know exactly. You guys got to be more specific about Project 25. Project 25. What bothers you about the document? Did you read it? I don't have to read it. You read it. What bothers you about it? You guys got to be more specific. You read it. Anyhow, then you guys.
Kind of going in and out.
Am I?
You're kind of going in.
Oh,
and
you're
out.
good now.
Yeah, you were
You're
going
good
in and
now.
out.
Okay.
You're good now. I thought it was just me.
Yeah, but Project 2025, man. If you read it, what bothers you about it? Because just because they wrote it doesn't mean anything. What bothers you about it? Because I read this stuff I read this kind of stuff all the time. What specifically about this document bothers you? because the Homeland Security document about what do you call prison trains, which existed, bases to actually retain people, which do exist, right? But they wrote it up in documents all day long. What do you think about it, right? Unless something happens, it will never be implemented. It's under certain conditions, right? Say if the United States goes south, right? Like we're economic crisis, something like that, where the cities actually go south, okay? They're gonna first they'll let you kill each other first.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not going in there. If they want to
Exactly.
each other, kill each other, we'll take what's left. They said, okay, now that everything's all fucked up, you guys are survivors. You got a place for you to eat and sleep. Get on this train and come to this base. We'll feed you and retrain you. That's what it was for.
Battle Royale.
Yep.
Yeah. Ain't no military gonna walk into a city of 10 million people and open themselves up to what do you call it? Urban warfare.
It's called strategy.
It's called strategy. Okay. If I'm in the military, I am not sending my troops in there to do anything, right? With you, especially with 40 million guns in America. Hell no. Okay.
Yeah. It's literally. Come on, man.
Cut off the water, cut off the electricity, let them kill themselves. And whatever's left, come in and sweep up. Okay?
They get tired, hungry.
Yeah, they after 30 days they're gonna come to the edge of the city begging for food. Okay, hey, come here, get on the train. Okay,
Damn, DGS, I wanted to say it.
What?
I wanted to say it.
You say
no,
it.
You said it. You said as soon as they cut off the water. But really, what they'll do is they'll slow down loads of fuel to the city, so people don't have vehicle mobility. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll slow down the water and shut it down. Then they'll cut off the electricity.
Have you ever been in the city during a riot, sir?
No.
Fuck no.
Okay.
No.
You want to be?
After 2 days, the stores are empty.
Yep.
Right. Okay. All your food is gone after 3 days. There's no food in any store after 3 days. Okay.
But where the grocery stores are designed to have the food for 3 days to begin with. So if something like that goes down,
it's going to go down. And guess what? During a riot, guess what? You're not going to get in. No trucks that will be rolling around in the city during a riot. Okay. You don't have to shut anything off. Nobody's going to come in there.
Okay? That's right.
I ain't bringing you shit. Not nothing. Promise.
No trucks, no trains, nada.
And ladies and gentlemen, the old mother trucker, A.L. Evans.
Yeah. So basically, what happened, okay, during the riot, and that was actually a pretty calm riot. A lot of people didn't die during the last riot, Rodney King riots, right? Wasn't that many deaths. But the thing is, guess what happened? All the food was gone within 2 days. Okay.
Yep.
Okay?
All truckers learned their lesson. We remember Reginald Denny. You got us fucked up. Fuck y'all. Speak for yourselves.
And no trucker is going to come convoy anything because it's not going to make it to its destination during a riot. Okay.
Yeah.
The cops say you on your own. Okay.
That's right.
So they don't have to cut off fuel. Within 3 days, the food's gone. Right. You know, if people can't go to work, then the water and electricity will shut off within a couple days. Right. So you have no power, no water, and no sewage. Okay. And no food. Okay. So after you rob your neighbor, hold on, okay? Yeah, I'm right in the middle of talking, okay? So your National Guard is going to be around the city where I told you they're going to be, right?
Yep.
Okay. Right. Now the National Guard will come in if it's not too bad, but under a collapse, then they're not going to send the National Guard in the middle of that shit. Okay, that's a recipe for disaster. You're going to get people killed for nothing, right? Okay. After they finish robbing each other and stealing each other, stuff from each other, and run out of food within like 2 weeks to 30 days, they'll actually start heading out of the city. That's when you pick them up. Okay. Yep. Get on. That's when the National Guard and the guns will actually make an effect. Drop your weapons. We're gonna frisk you and put you on the transport going to whatever FEMA center for re-education. Okay. Yep. That's when you do it. But whoever survives. Okay.
And
Capiche?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And we already know the populations where the mega regions. I just put this on my Instagram. I'm like, if I know this stuff, then I mean, come on. Clearly the government does. I mean, there's only how many states? 1, 2, 3, basically 4, 5, 6 states. Well, a collection of mega regions. That's it. Over 50% of the population. That's it.
Wonkler, I need something specific from the document. Okay, instead of Trump in 2025, that means nothing to me. Okay, that's opaque. So I need something specific, a specific plan, idea, something. Okay, not a 300-page document that's opaque. Okay.
I feel like the article that I read was just like dog whistling, and they're saying basically it's gonna turn into authoritarian state and all that type of shit.
You cannot turn a liberal country into an authoritarian state, especially from who? The rednecks with guns. Okay, they're not gonna turn off all of that shit. Okay.
Yeah.
The very people you think are gonna be authoritarian are not gonna be authoritarian, right?
Exactly.
Ask what's his name? Aaron Clary about a military coming in to take his guns or be authoritarian, right? He said, "I got a 50 caliber waiting for you."
What else?
You have to be a complete asshole about it.
Well, why do you think the military went after these white supremacists and then way out in the middle of nowhere with fucking guns, right? Because because they're not authoritarian, they're anti-authoritarian. Okay,
exactly.
That's what you guys don't understand. Most of these white yahoos that are white nationalists are anti-authoritarian.
Or else you follow orders.
So how are you going to make a fascist authoritarian country out of anti-authoritarian people with guns?
Good luck with that.
I'll wait. Explain that to me.
I know exactly what you're talking about, BGS. Can you say David Koresh? We ain't coming out.
We ain't coming out. With Ruby Ridge, okay, all those people out in the middle of nowhere saying you ain't gonna take my guns, you government clowns or whatever it is, right? Okay, you got everybody saying that shit doesn't know these white nationalists, man. Okay, that are anti-authoritarian.
Anti-authoritarian and a bunch of constitutional spouting people.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Sovereign citizens to the core.
Sovereign citizens to the
here
core.
we go.
Yep.
Bible thumping something.
Yeah.
I am not a Republican. I am a conservative.
Want to be mystic. Okay.
Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. You got one of these on your panel right now, and he's black. I ain't gonna say no names.
I know who you're talking about. but he carries he carries 2 6-shooters in his holster. Okay. The thing is, want to be mystic.
Song is from the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You have to give me something other than just a broad title. Give me something specific that they actually want to change. Okay.
Yeah. Think about it. Think about it as in court. I just can't quote. I just can't quote a case. I have to quote the lines in the case.
Yes.
Yeah.
This dude said with this case that et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's asking for.
Be careful there, Dead Set, man. You sound a little too academic, so calm down.
they think they will put their race ahead of all that because of their whiteness is under threat. Okay. If you can try it, but the thing is, why importing Latinos are you trying to do that shit? Okay?
Exactly. Doesn't make sense.
And these guys are marrying Ukrainian women. I'm just gonna keep it 100. In Texas, they're marrying them.
Good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because anybody that drive through these small towns in Texas, they were going dead. They were going dry, and so a lot of those Ukrainians are all in those smaller towns now, and they're marrying those women. They got kids, everything.
They're integrated into society.
Yeah, I say good for them.
Yeah, because it got to the point like 2 years ago. I told BGS, I was like the average age in some of these towns are like 55 years old.
Yeah. The average age, the median age of white people is 40. Okay. The median age of a black person is like 28. Okay. That means they're getting old very fast.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they're below 60% of the population now. They're like 59.
Yeah, but still 70% of the crime.
That's still a lot.
Let's
Yeah.
make that clear.
Yeah.
They bang us over the head with that fucking table 43. I read the whole thing. You white boys only Just the white boys are 70% of the crime in this country.
They want to get rid of the 14th Amendment for non-European citizens. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Did they?
That's
Did they?
because it backfired gloriously. Watch.
Why? Okay, let's do this, man. Because I don't know what is it about this document that bothers you guys so much, man. I really don't understand.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, I ain't gonna go read the shit because I ain't interested in it
Yeah.
until somebody says something that's interesting about it.
Yeah.
They're like was it what some whatever plan it was 2021 or whatever it was
Mm-hmm.
that never came about.
Yeah.
Never got off the rails.
They went off the rails. Yeah.
Or something that actually
Well,
makes sense.
never got off the block.
Or something that actually makes sense of what's going on right now and the trajectory of this country. Come on, man. Come on.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Share screen.
Terrence Howard.
What about Terrence Howard, man?
He's been getting the flack on
Wasn't
Joe
that Joe
Rogan.
Rogan
Like,
recently?
you know what? That shit is such a
Terrence
non-issue.
Howard.
Yeah, go ahead. That's it.
Yeah.
Because that what they were banging on about that whole thing where he's saying that well, a lot of people don't understand when he's saying that 1 times 0 doesn't equal 0, it equals 1, because what happens to the 1, he's talking about in the physical universe, not in the abstracts of mathematics.
Yeah.
But people throw that abstraction in there, forgetting that mathematics is abstract until you apply it practically.
Yes.
And that's all
Philosophy.
he's doing.
Yeah.
So, and this is one of the times when I'm reading the comic section and I'm like, oh my gosh, Americans can't be this fucking stupid.
Yes.
No, they are. They are.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he wants to overturn the way you do mathematics. You can't do that. Okay.
No, he can't do that.
There's rules to mathematics. Okay.
Mhm.
Mathematics is an abstraction. Okay.
Exactly. But I understand what his premise is, because if he wants to make it practical, not all applications in mathematics are practical.
No, they're not. But the vast majority are. Like
The vast
99%.
majority are. Yeah, I mean,
99%, okay.
yeah, because and the other part about that is that he doesn't address one of the largest parts of mathematics is float math. And that shit that he's saying about basically absolute value, because that's all he's dealing with, it doesn't apply to float math.
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question about math? So if I have one drop of water, right? I drop that one drop of water, right? And
Yeah.
and it hits, then I drop another drop of water. Is that
Okay.
still one water?
If you put them together, they become one thing. Okay.
Yes, and here's the kicker. When they're talking about when you apply volume to it, things get much easier.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a good one, guys. I'm sorry.
You must be quoting that fool with those 2 watches on one arm.
Okay.
Oh man, it become one watch.
It's been one watch. Oh God. Anyway, now you guys want me to point to a section on there's the document. What section you want to point to? Okay, so we can actually stop this question. You guys are not being concrete about what you want. Okay. Well, what about this section? What about it? Okay. Now, what section do you want to point out? Okay. Now wait. Continue, y'all. There's the document. What
Can you
section?
explain to me what? Yeah. Yeah, Zach, can you please explain to me what is flow math? This is the first time I've heard of this term.
What, float math? Well, think about decimal
Yeah,
point.
flow math.
Yeah, anything with a decimal point on the other side is a
It's
float
float.
number.
Yeah, because it's a fraction of 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because I've never heard this term before. You have to excuse me.
Float.
I'm never thought of it.
Yeah, floating math is with a decimal point because it's not exact. Most things in the universe are not exact. So there's some kind of point, something to it.
Yeah, another term for it is you've probably heard this before, asymptotic values.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can basically things
but I
are
don't
infinitely large, infinitely small, and infinitely precise. So therefore, you can never reach absolute value.
Value of anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I remember. Like, was it? There was like a 3-part series. I remember, or narrated by Stephen Hawkins about something like that. And yeah, I see what you mean.
And in other words, okay, at some point you got to make distinctions between numbers, right? If you go to in calculus, it teaches there is no precise number, right? If everything approaches another number from one boundary to the next, right? And you get as close as you can, but it's infinitely smaller and smaller slices of that number. You never actually reach that number, okay?
Right.
In other words, as always it approaches the number, okay? 1 approaches 2, 0 approaches 1. It's approximation, right? Yeah,
exactly.
So what thing is to make things concrete, because you can't work with approximations like that. Measurements, numbers, how you count things is always concrete. That's concrete math, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason why we got three systems. We got the integers, whole numbers, and then real numbers.
And real numbers, right? But the thing is, if you think about the whole universe and how you think about it, right? Everything's a fraction, okay?
Yep.
The universe is all one thing, and we're all fractions, parts of that one thing, right? Your body is a fraction, okay?
Our banks are fractions.
Our banks are fractions, yes.
Fractional reserve.
Fractional reserve currencies.
Yep.
My own bank right now is fraction.
All right, the document's up here. You guys want to talk about it. What section do you want to talk about? Because I haven't heard anything, okay? Now that it's up here, okay?
Man, tell him to come up in here and articulate himself.
They don't want to do that shit because they barely read it themselves, okay?
Well,
they probably haven't read it. That's probably the problem.
Yeah, that's a lot of reading.
Yeah, it's just 900 pages.
Yeah, it is.
By the way, that's it. I'm not going
reading all that shit.
By the way, that's it. By the way, that's I'm not going to let it slide because you did say threesome by accident. We said there's 3 types.
It's written by like 20 authors.
You say threesome?
You said threesome because when you said there were
trigonometry is my favorite branch of mathematics, so threesome is good.
I always knew you were. I always knew you were a mathematical genius.
No, I'm not a genius by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just good at practical application when it comes to trig. That's it.
All right. I give you guys about 2 minutes before I take this shit off the screen, okay?
Oh, man, radio silence now all of a sudden?
Yeah, all of a sudden. All these questions about 2025 and now.
Go
ahead. Say what?
I'm looking at Wannabe Mystics post. And
proposing criminalizing pornographic, okay, whatever.
Is that 18? Is that number 18?
No, that's he says 18, 19, DEI inclusion.
Okay. We okay. What page is it on, man?
Yeah, that's over 100 pages. This is 3.
I think he's talking about chapters because I scroll down BGS because I think
we scroll down chapter 18 and guess what? Department of Labor and related agencies. Okay, is that what he's talking about?
Yeah,
I think that's because he's talking about removal of protections against discrimination based in sexual or gender identity.
Well, the only thing I know,
DEI.
Yeah, the only thing I know about is the expansion of Title VII, but that's just including the alphabet community. As far as the pornographic stuff goes, good luck with that. Because you are running into a big First Amendment fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually kind of it's kind of got annoying. Like I live in the South. We got hit with that tornado, man. My house is good though. Some of my neighbors and the other side of town, they got fucked up. But
where you at? Temple or Waco? You in Temple or Waco?
I'm near all that.
Yeah, you got it.
Damn, you just made me brain fart. Damn. Oh yeah, the corn. Okay. Texas have blocked people from all these websites, right? I can't log on my Facebook without like 25% of the people having links to X, and everything is corn.
Okay, these. I'm having fun. I think most people haven't read the document for the most part. They probably have seen sections of it, the screenshots of certain sections. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then but then they can't point to anything. Okay. See, they're talking about other shit. All right, that's enough of this shit.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
You guys start quoting that old Danny Glover line.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
You got
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Noir,
A lot
thank
of
you
this
for
shit's getting
the
old.
cash app. Noir, thank you for the cash app. All right.
Now, see, people call me said, "Moi." Shit. I was like, I was like checking out sports, what's it called, In and Out. No, not I keep forgetting the name of the show they have every Monday. It's somebody associated with Snowman.
Okay.
A couple of his buddies, they do a show every Monday, and they cover like
Okay.
football.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking about like how the NFL is trying to expand overseas
Okay.
It's not
and try to
happening.
play in some place in Europe.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I was like asking them, y'all gotta let me in because like we can like chop it up about which venues would be best suited for like
You got to stir up
NFL
interest
games and
first.
whatnot.
Got to stir up interest first.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
most Europeans are not interested in American football.
Exactly.
Except during the Super
No, they're
Bowl
not.
because it's an event. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
They have their football.
That's true.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They have
And
their
they
love it.
football and also they have their rugby. They have two. One's for their soccer and then there's rugby.
Yeah.
Because some of those stadiums also double as stadiums for rugby as well. Like prime examples I can think of is like in north side of Paris, the Stade de France is home stadium for both the French national teams for both rugby and soccer. In the case of England, it's Wembley Stadium. Italy, it would have to be Stadio Olimpico in Rome.
Yeah, but
Then of course we go to
where your fans gonna come from?
Exactly.
Thin air.
Don't
mostly a
feel
lot of
bad,
expats.
Nemo.
One time. Huh?
Don't feel
You want to say
bad,
something,
Nemo.
Nemo?
You don't like that football neither.
Basketball is probably a better sport to export, is because
Yes.
it's an urban game, and a lot of Europeans love basketball. Okay.
Africans are starting to
basketball is
love it.
basketball.
So what?
Yeah, and go ahead, Leon.
I said Africans are starting to love it. Asians love it.
Yeah.
But football has gone as far as it can go. Pretty much.
It's an American
Right.
game. I mean,
Yeah.
just like baseball is an American game. It's kind of hard to replicate it elsewhere. Japan has picked it up. The thing is, to replicate it someplace else is very difficult. Okay.
That's right.
Mhm.
Japan,
But
Korea, Taiwan, and Asia.
Yeah, a little
Baseball's
bit.
also big in parts of Latin America.
A little bit, but thing is, most of it is Japan is probably the other spot. It never taken a hold in Europe. The thing is, basketball is an urban game, and so anytime you have an urban center, and a hoop, you can play. Okay, that's why it's picked up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, cricket is bigger than. It's another one of those international sports that's
Yeah.
just simply not played here, which you see
Yeah.
cricket players all over the world.
Hold on, Neymar. Hold on, man. Hold on, Neymar. Calm down. Yeah, go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, I was wrapping it up because cricket is an international sport that you just don't see here in the States.
Yeah, you don't. Cricket, baseball,
Yeah,
because
I mean-
baseball takes its place.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Neymar.
What I want to say was like, I agree with you on that one. I could give you examples of like the West Indies. They're big on cricket as much as they are on soccer, besides track and field. I mean, because they play as a one big.
Why is cricket so big? Is because it was part of what? The British
The British
British
Empire.
Empire.
The British
Yeah.
Empire.
Yes.
Same thing like
That's
in
why.
South Asia. Hell, the biggest league right now is the Cricket Premier League. That's in India, although that's in
Former British colonies, sir.
Yep.
Yeah,
Why?
I
That's
agree
why.
with that. I'm just adding with something.
You're just rambling a lot, dude.
You are rambling. Yeah.
I'm all over the place. I'm sorry.
You're rambling.
I'm all over the place sometimes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, but
you know how what's wrong with me.
No, but you got.
Excuse me.
It's called impulse control, man. Okay.
Excuse me. To all you uncivilized.
Yeah, well, you
To all
better,
you-
Stop doing
learn.
that.
You better learn.
Leon, please stop doing
Excuse
that.
me.
I'm trying.
Name calm
Okay,
down.
good.
Man. Calm down.
I'm trying to.
Excuse
but
me.
Leon, just, that's not helping. Leon, that's not helping.
Neymar, do I have to mute you, sir? Is it necessary?
No, it's not that. It's just it's not that.
Calm down.
I
Calm
hate-
down. Calm down. Okay.
Sorry, it's just triggering an anxiety attack me. I'm sorry. Leon, we know that.
Do you need to come back another time, sir?
Excuse me.
I've asked you to calm down like 50 times. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Leon.
Excuse me. I'm far too civilized for you jungle monkeys. So I play cricket.
I know they play cricket in Nigeria and
Yes, they do.
Kenya and
Yep.
other places like
Oh,
that.
dang it.
But
Yep.
it's an
India.
India is an export of the British Empire. That's why you see it
Yep.
during the in certain spots, the former colonies of England.
Hmm.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Whereas
I'm just saying
baseball,
they wouldn't play football.
whereas baseball, Japan picked it up after World War II, after we conquered them. Okay,
Hmm.
Yeah.
okay,
And
so
Cuba picked it up, but they're just
well, yeah, because they used to be a quasi colony of the United States. Okay,
yep.
yeah,
Hmm.
until Castro.
They still getting the boys over from Cuba for these teams here.
Oh, not that I heard of lately. I don't follow it as much. You probably have to ask Snowman about that, but I don't follow them as much. Most of the players coming over from the islands are actually from the DR right now,
Oh, okay.
because we have because the Dodgers and certain other baseball teams set up leagues there. It's almost like a farm team. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, back in the 60s or something like that, where they set up the farm teams in the DR. They actually bring up the Negritos up to play ball.
Yeah, we had
Don't
them
forget
guys
about
a few years back.
let's not forget like certain places like in Central America or South America, like Venezuela. Baseball's actually bigger than soccer.
Yeah.
Places like Nicaragua, El Salvador, they like to play baseball as well. Colombia, they're also big on baseball besides soccer. So yeah, they've been trying to. And there I can think of players like who can I think of? Like, I'm trying to remember certain players who came from Venezuela. I think
Is cricket a spinner?
No, it's because they weren't British colonies.
Right.
Those are Spanish and Portuguese colonies, and then taken over by the United States. In the what is it, in the late 19th century?
19th century, early 20th century, some cases.
No, actually, the what is it, the what is it called, the what's it called?
Panama Canal?
No, Panama. I'm trying to think of the name of the Monroe Doctrine, 1818. Yeah.
Right.
You know, President Monroe. That's when they really started to impact the Latin America and trying to keep Europeans out of it. So that's why. So, like Latin America is our colonies. So you're going to see baseball. You won't see football, but you see baseball. But soccer's played everywhere.
That's cool. That's very cool.
And trust and believes, baseball is not bigger in Latin America than soccer. Okay.
No, it's not by a long
not
shot.
by a long shot, not even close. Okay. Go down there and see for yourself. Okay. Now go down and see for yourself. Okay. Trust and believe. Baseball. They love baseball, but it's not as big as soccer. Not even close. Okay.
Yeah, soccer's the biggest sport in the world.
You go into the casinos, man, even in northern Mexico, but Tijuana, and see the difference between the crowds for soccer and the crowds for baseball. Okay.
Oh, those stadiums
not even close.
Man, they went to war over soccer games down in South America.
Yes, they did.
People were murdered. I mean, come on.
They were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Disappeared.
I can think of a name right there, man. I can give a name right there. Andreas Escobar. If anybody remembers that name. Colombian soccer player. He was killed after he scored that own goal against.
He got shot. Auto goal. Yeah.
He got shot.
Yeah, he got 8 in
goal.
it.
Yeah.
There was also another player I could think of, Rene Higuita. He was supposed to be part of that Colombian team, but he was kicked out of the team simply because he went to visit El Patron in prison prior to packing up and joining the rest of the team. And Higuita's nickname is El Loco. He's also known for the scorpion kick.
All right. Okay.
Well, BGS, about the topic of baseball. It's actually big in Jamaica for some reason. Well, at least when I was younger, because like when I went down to visit my dad, like he actually played it professionally, and like he brought me to a bunch of his games.
Because they're trying to make it to where? They're trying to make it to the big leagues. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, what I'm saying is, in American colonies, American influenced colonies near the United States, baseball will be there. It would be prominent. But the thing is, soccer is not. It's not bigger than soccer. Okay, outside the
Yeah,
United
it's
States.
not bigger than soccer.
Okay, trust and believe. I've been down there. It's not bigger than soccer. Okay, okay.
You
It is
guys
not.
saying rugby's not big enough.
Hell, in the United States, with amongst Latinos, is not big. Baseball is not bigger than soccer. Okay.
Heck no.
Nope.
Yeah, watch Telemundo and you will see soccer all over the place.
As soon as the cartels started getting money come up in California, all of a sudden you have all these soccer fields all over the place. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember growing up, man, and going to various African functions, man. If there was a game on, trust and believe, they were into basketball heavy, but football, soccer, whole different level. So yeah, man, soccer is where's that, man?
Don't make me start doing the impressions of them soccer games and commentators. I still remember how they sound and everything.
Man, look, I already know because I've been around soccer hooligans. I've been in the bars or the pubs after them. I've been in all that shit. And it's just like, I don't want to be there, especially the rugby ones. But the soccer guys, they'll have a pint with you, but don't talk to them about that shit unless you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right. Perfect term, hooligans.
Yes, hooligans.
Hooligans are worse.
Most of them are hooligans.
There's a movie I can think of about that. Back in the 80s, Gary Oldman had one. It's called The Firm.
Okay.
Talk about British soccer hooligans and whatnot. That shit was wild. And it was a certain Nick guy who...
Where you think the song "We Will Rock You" came from, right? By Queen. Soccer hooligans. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And British soccer fans, they have the best.
You got blood on your face,
big disgrace.
Somebody kick your ass all over the place.
Somebody
singing.
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. The whole stadium be shaking with that shit.
That shit, yeah.
Soccer hooligans. Some of the worst soccer hooligans I can tell you are in Italy. Like one team in particular is like Lazio, based in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Considering theirs is like associated with certain political associated with certain political groups and whatnot from the extreme and whatnot.
Okay.
A lot of them have been banned, so it gets pretty ugly. Riots and brawls can happen in the stadiums. I remember watching Italian.
Don't get started with. Don't even get me started with the racism desk, because around the African teams and you playing a European team, you're gonna hear every type of slang that you never heard of when it comes to that.
Racism on the continent of Europe. No.
Hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute. Race does not exist outside the United States. Okay?
We playing the monkeys again.
Can you point to it? Can you point to it? What did Clue say? Point to it. Dumbass. I'm just start saying I'm tired of this shit, dumbass. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This stupid shit.
I remember.
Go ahead.
I remember.
Hold on, Neymar.
Damn, Neymar, do you ever have a?
No, he doesn't. You have to remind him. Go ahead, Andre.
I was gonna say, Dead said I actually watched your review now. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from now, like comparing it to the book.
Review of what?
I did a review of Dune 2, the movie.
Okay. Well, you got to remember, a movie is a movie, and they will adjust things, okay, for to actually promote or highlight certain stars. You can't have Zendaya as Cheney as is written in the book, okay? Got to give her a bigger part. Okay.
I understood that part. My only problem is that they completely overrode her personality.
Yes, they did. Cheney was not a feminist in the book, okay?
No, she was
very
not.
supportive,
No.
right? Like the part where they needed her tears to actually wake Muad'Dib up, okay? It wasn't in the book, okay? But they had to give her a bigger part, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that at the end where she was upset because he chose Princess Aurelian over her as far as a wife, they didn't, okay? They already knew. Cheney knew that had to happen, right? She wouldn't get upset and get on a sandworm right away because she's pissed off. She knows how shit works, okay?
Yep.
So that's it.
That's the problem.
You still have to deal with the reality of it when you're there. And so I got it. I liked it.
one thing is we can't have Zendaya,
Mm-hmm.
who's a feminist icon in that movie without altering shit. Okay.
That's right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like
They could have
Yeah.
altered a lot more than they did, but they didn't. So most of the stuff it was fairly true to the book. So
My
Yeah.
only the
yeah,
problem
your
the problem
comment
was
section
hold,
was
hold on,
yeah,
hilarious.
Andre.
man.
Hold on,
No,
Andre.
but
Unless did you read the book, Andre?
no, I was just I was
Did you
talking
read?
Yeah.
about like
Did you read the book?
his comment section on the.
Did you read the book?
Yes
I
and
did
no.
not.
Yes or no?
No,
No.
I did not.
Okay. Read the book first. Okay. Go ahead.
Eh,
Yes.
Here's the deal, because I mean, I could have put up with a lot of changes because
Uh-huh.
it is a movie. I
Yeah.
granted that, but when you make a supportive character like that one-dimensional, because Cheney was one-dimensional in that movie. I don't care what nobody say. It was like looking at a piece of paper,
Yeah.
and I was like, this ain't working.
Yeah. Well, she's not the most expensive actress.
You're
You
faded.
muffling.
Okay. She's not the most expensive actress that you can actually pick. So.
Right? Yeah, because she only had one emotion: scowl. That was it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, she was angry
She's
most of the time, and all that lip that she was giving the superiors, that didn't happen in the book. Okay.
Hell no, they'd have knocked her ass out.
Yeah, I mean, you're a woman, okay, especially in this Islamic culture
Yep.
that the Freemen were, okay, that you can't come out and talk like that. No.
But that's what I did in the review, BGS. I went to the source because I was reading passages from the books explaining why I disliked the movie. And
Yeah.
the whole issue with me is because Cheney, she ruined the entire movie for me. It was
Okay.
a gorgeous movie, great cinematography, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm a story guy.
Okay.
So for me, once they screwed her up, I was like, this is dumb, because it brought down the Fremen culture.
Yeah.
It brought down Paul's character. It brought Cheney's character down. And then the way it ended,
Yeah.
it just completely fucked up what's supposed to come afterwards.
Yeah, because she got to have the babies for the next segment. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, and basically she was 100% behind. Did she like Princess Aurelia? No, she didn't. Okay.
No, she didn't. But she did like Jessica.
Yes.
She and Jessica was close in the book, but in the movie, their relationship was contentious.
Yeah, because she wanted Paul to be one way, or Muad'Dib to be one way, and Jessica knew what he had to be. Okay.
Yep.
So that's it.
I still felt like I got that out of the movie though.
So that's it. I didn't know you had a YouTube, man.
I had a what?
Yeah, a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
you
I
had
got a
channel.
YouTube channel.
You don't put much on it, but yeah, you got one.
Yeah, mostly it's graphics, but every now and then I'll go off the beaten path.
All right. I'm assuming it's Dead Set.
Dead Set Anime.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and that video got more views and the most angriest comment section I've ever had and that I've ever put out. It was just like, man, you dudes are fucking soft.
Yeah, well, in other words, they didn't read the book. Okay.
No, they didn't read the book and they didn't understand where I was coming from. But those who read the book understood where I was coming from.
Yeah, and they probably highlighted things. I didn't hate the movie. I knew they would change shit. I knew because the first movie was pretty close to the book. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty close to the book. Minor changes here and there, but for the most part, it's almost like 90% spot on, right?
Mm-hmm.
I knew since Zendaya was in it, they were going to change shit, and they did. They're going to change her character.
Like they were saying stuff in the comments section talking about Dead Set's scared of independent women, and this isn't
of course.
Anymore.
Yeah.
That's
hilarious. But the book was written in 1966. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And even though it was written in 1966, he had the most badass group of women ever written in
that's true. Which
in history.
Yeah.
Which were the Bene Gesserit.
Bene Gesserit. The Bene Gesserit were no joke in that book. Okay.
Oh, and I was, when I was on Artisan's panel, I was like, look, these bitches were so bad. They had their own martial arts called Prana Bindu, and they were killing people with that stuff.
They were killing people. They would assassinate you if you got out of line. They're the one that planned like I said in the movie. They're the one that planned the coup on the on Paul's family.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because Jessica fucked up. She was telling you caused this shit. Should have had a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You caused this.
And for what a lot of people don't know about Chani, if you didn't read the book, she was next in line to become the Reverend Mother of that CH. Jessica came in and took her place.
Yes.
That's another thing that I, was like, that's the reason why I knew she was 10 toes down in the book. For Paul, for the CH, the whole 9 yards, the prophecy, all of it.
Yeah.
That's a major change.
That is a major change.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I hated it.
Makes sense.
I always forget.
But the overall arc of the book, the message of the book actually came through, which is him, him starting the jihad and him taking over, that kind of stuff. So he kept that. So they had to make a bow toward feminism. They had to put some kind of it's not the worst way to put in girl power, but But the thing is, if you read the book, it was actually a major change. Okay.
Yeah. And it came with girl power in it. That's the problem. It already had girl power.
Yeah, they did. But the thing is, I knew once Zendaya was actually picked in that role, they were going to have to alter Chani's role to fit her personality. Okay, because you can't have her be a background character. Okay,
she's no Meryl Streep.
she's not, but she's the box office draw.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that she is.
Yeah.
But she's still a goddamn zesty desert bitch.
When you say that,
as far as a desert bitch, she wasn't bad for a desert bitch. I'll give her that.
Yeah, she was all right. Look, I closed it off like this, BGS. I said Paul Atreides may as well have been may as well have been gay because Zendaya was a goddamn man.
Well, I said the same thing about her. What's his name? Okay, when I see them together, so who's the beard in this character in this couple? Okay? Who's covering for whom in this situation? Okay,
Zendaya was
just me.
Forced. Her character was forced. It was like she goes from warrior to I don't agree with these bitches to back to I'm blowing shit up to the being the love interest, and it's just like, okay, you're just a singing person.
It's the same character she plays in every role.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was forced.
And you go back, look at Spider-Man, same.
But I liked it still. I still liked it. I liked her character. It just seemed like scene after scene with her. That's all.
Did you read the book?
I read part of it. It's at my mom's house. I can read the rest of it.
If you read the book, you will see how beloved that woman is. She is she fits all the roles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because she's a warrior. This bitch was so badass that any dude who even came at Paul to challenge him, she put him down.
Yeah, she put him down.
Mm-hmm. Then their first child got killed. That was Leto II, and she had to deal with that grief. The women in the CH, because you're talking about a traditional society, so this idea that the women were actually going off to combat on the front lines, it was not there.
Remember when the ruling was putting shit in her food to make her miscarry?
Yep.
And she said, can I kill her?
Yep.
No, you can't kill her.
She was all of that in the books.
Yeah.
And a bag of chips. She was the kind of she was just 10 toes down. And that was it. She was your ride or die bitch.
She was closer to, I would say, Trinity in the Matrix.
Exactly. That's a good. That's a good correlation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to say it.
That's a night and day character.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's in the book. She was closer to what Trinity was in the Matrix.
Mm-hmm. A spiritual figure with badass combat skills.
That is combat skills and 10 toes. I will, whatever it takes to protect my man, I'm willing to do it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, but like Trinity did it smoothly through every single scene. It wasn't like a different character per. It was just smooth transitions.
Yes, Trinity was 3-dimensional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just smooth transitions. Like she goes from fighting and looking at him. This was just like scene for scene, different character.
Yeah.
In fact, I was thinking about doing an esoteric review of the red pill and Neo using the Kabbalah. I think I'll do that.
Good.
Yeah, I think I'll do that because people question what the red pill is and they try to get into philosophy and they listen to Rollo. Rollo's all over the fucking place.
Yeah, he is. I can't listen to Rollo.
Yeah.
Well, no, I already talked about it. I say, okay. That's why I said Smith. These niggas are Smith. I'm just gonna say it. They want to redefine what red pill is to suit their ideas. But my thing is, okay, I don't want. I told media, man. I said, yo, they're redefining what it is to make them feel safe because once you
Smith.
no, what I'm saying, what I'm saying,
They're not Smith. They're not Smith. Okay.
No, they're trying to be like Cypher Smith, but what I'm saying is they're trying to make it that red pill is about women and men and relationships. So I'm just like, what the fuck are y'all believing this shit?
It can be if you use it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
An original red pill was the truth about male-female relationship. That's what the red pill actually is. From MRAs to pickup to MGTOW. I all said the same thing about the red pill, right? What is the truth about women, male and female relationships? That's what the red pill is. Okay.
Yeah, and Cassie J sort of set that shit on fire when she came out with the Red Pill movie.
Yeah,
it's that pissed off. That was, of course, worldwide, and that pissed off damn near everybody.
Yeah, but people keep after that. Basically, it got so boring. People kept adding shit to it about it's about this, it's about that. No, man. Okay. If you go back to the basics and work your way up, okay, instead of starting at this all complex, convoluted shit about purple pill and white pill and all this kind of shit. There's only 3 pills, right?
I said white is bullshit.
White is supposed to represent hope.
Okay.
But there's only 3 pills. It's blue, red, and black. Okay, it's only 3. Okay.
I guarantee you, a white person came up with that white pill for the Great White Hope.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. It just appeared one day. Okay, but it's white. That's how come they call them. They called it. That's why they call it the gray pill, right? Between black and white. Okay, there's gray. In other words, black pill is the extreme, and white pill is about hope. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't see one of those pretend black pill channels talking about it.
Yeah. And when they talk about purple pill and all the other kind of stuff, it's just blends of the basic 3. But
that don't make sense because hope exists squarely in the goddamn blue pill.
Oh yes.
Hope is red and blue.
No,
and purple.
It's blue. It's blue.
It's blue. Yeah.
And purple pill is actually MGTOW for neophytes, beginners that haven't crossed over into red pill. That's what purple pill actually is supposed to represent. Okay, you ain't crossed over to red yet. You're actually more blue than red. That's where it actually came from. It's not an actual pill. Okay.
Another thing I get tired of hearing about are the black hopefuls, and that one really drives me nuts.
Or the black hopefuls.
The black hopefuls. What? These are the guys who they claim that they want to get into that I wouldn't say nihilistic, but there is an element of nihilism and that really dark side.
Yeah.
But they aren't not ready to go there.
Yeah. As far as black pill, there's that was just somebody. I think Leon sent it to me about the
Nikolai Nietzsche or whatever his name is.
Nikola Nietzsche, right? Yeah. Or the Friedrich Nietzsche said, right? There's only 2 types of black pill people, right? There's nihilists, okay. Each can be married. I'm a settle down into God doesn't exist, morals don't exist. I'm gonna settle down, whatever pleases me, right? Those are nihilists, right? Okay. And then the other side, what they call the
utilitarian,
or the Ubermensch, right?
The Ubermensch
that looks into the abyss and sees what it is and tries to overcome it, right? Overcome the whatchamacallit, the world as it is, right? To rebuild. There's only 2 types, right? That's Batman, right? He becomes the Ubermensch, the Superman, right?
Well, BGS, he does bring up utilitarianism in his works.
Yes, he does.
That's why I say when you look at the black pill, there's only 2 types, right? It's the nihilist and the utilitarian, right? The utilitarian is considered the Ubermensch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
BGS, you're a better man than me because, I remember back in the day when people, when they knew they weren't smart enough, they didn't say shit. Jesus Christ, this shit is fucking simple. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here's my question. if BGS is going to be the Batman of this outfit, then who would be the Joker?
I don't know who would be. There's a bunch of them.
There's not enough. There's not one. See, there can't be a lot of Jokers. It has to be somebody people are willing to.
There's always a ton of Jokers. Okay, Batman has
There's
plenty
a
of enemies.
Joker, and then there's always going to be a Harley Quinn. There's going to be Two-Face.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Mad
And
Hatter.
The ultimate nihilist was actually Owlman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said the exactly same thing that Nietzsche was saying. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Yep, nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
But he blinked.
Just like the.
But this is when you get into conversations about freedom, though.
Yeah.
Because one of the things, like when people, let's say if we were discussing freedom, for instance, people don't really understand that when the United States is talking about freedom, or most people who live in groups, we're talking about freedom to choose which purpose you're going to be on, which track you're going to go on, meaning you're going to be attached to something.
Yes.
You're just free to what you're going to be attached to.
You get more choices. Yeah.
Exactly. But these people are describing freedom as something like anarchy, and that was never intended.
No.
Yeah. Man, they don't understand rights.
No, they don't.
No,
they don't.
Rights are given by your society. Okay? They're not God given. Okay.
Like your license, it's
that's a privilege.
Yeah.
The only rights that you have are basically, when it comes to the Constitution, are basically your natural rights.
Yes.
And even those are granted by the government.
By the government, yeah. That can be taken away. Okay.
Yeah.
Like when you go to prison, okay, they take them away. Okay.
And then they go ahead and pull that damn trick bag on you and say, you have rights in prison. Yeah, show me. They do whatever the hell they want in prison because you can't protest that shit.
Yeah, you have certain human rights that are basic that they can't abridge. It's not supposed to abridge.
Yeah, but they do it all of the time.
Of course they do.
See, BGS, per usual. You don't get paid enough for this shit. You just don't.
That's the reason why I don't, basically argue with people in my comment section. It's just like, okay.
Waste, man.
But I let the shit stay up there too, because I am very much anti-censorship. If you say some stupid shit, it's gonna be on my page forever.
I used to, but I don't even want to read it no more. So, baby, as long as it's respectful, I'll leave it up.
Yeah,
disrespect bounce. Yeah,
that's part of why I knew like you were right in what you were saying.
Yeah,
just the amount of angry comments I seen there, I was like, yeah.
You can tell who read the book and who didn't.
Yeah.
And some dudes are just pissed. Like most of those comments, dudes are pissed off just because I disagree with their point of view.
Okay.
Because we got this, and y'all have seen this before. What the fuck you mean you don't like them? But whether it's a band, some music, or a movie, I don't care what it is. I'm like, what are we supposed to be? A monolith? Everybody's supposed to like this shit?
Yeah, I don't like
Bro, they watch their favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber in a review and looked around and went to Destiny's page and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Destiny.
I'm joking.
I mean,
but I'm saying they went over there.
I get Destiny. Some things I can rock with, but thing is, I can't trust a dude that's a twink. Okay,
no, never.
I told you. I've been in that Discord for like 3 years. I just listen. I don't even talk to people. Those people are fucking insane, bro.
No, they've been socialized, man.
They've been socialized.
They've been socialized. You can hear it.
But here's the kicker about all of that, though. The way those people act are exactly what Frank Herbert was talking about when he wrote Doom.
Yeah.
A charismatic leader can come in there and lead all those motherfuckers off a cliff.
Yep. One, because they were oppressed, and two, it was centuries of indoctrination by the Bene Gesserit. Yeah.
I think the last time I talked in that Discord, it was a white guy. And I was like, so y'all just let white people get shot and y'all just go about y'all day? Because they tried to have that conversation with me about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and I said, the two things are the same coin to me, so I can't have one without the other. And they were trying to just come at it. I'm like, I can't have Malcolm X without Martin Luther King. You know, white people want to talk to Martin Luther King. If there's no Malcolm X, they won't talk to Martin Luther King. They won't listen to him. But they got into the whole thing, and the guy kept on talking. I'm like, hey, do you have Asperger's or something else? And he said he had, and I was like, and I didn't hear him the first time, and I actually, yo, is this guy retarded? They're like, yeah, he has Asperger's.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm out. I just, they have psychopaths in that Discord.
No, thing is you got to remember in online, right? The mask comes off. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't get the mask is a filter. Okay. This is something Young was saying. Your mask is there for a reason. Actually, allow you to actually interact with people on the outside world, right? On the internet, you don't have to do that shit. Okay. Take the mask off. That's who they really are. 9 times out of 10. Yeah.
Because I try to act exactly like I act in person. I'd rather talk shit when I'm on Xbox or something to a little 12-year-old.
It is most people, their mask contains a lot of what they're thinking inside, right? It's very difficult to actually be yourself in a real world versus online. Okay.
Oh, you won't go very far.
Well, yeah, I don't get to be my real self at work.
Trust and believe. If you know the people that I work with and people, my family, they tell you I'm the exact same person on YouTube as I am in the real world. Okay.
Look, all I'm saying is
it's okay. Negro over there. Okay.
It's okay to have Asperger's. Just don't eat them.
And don't do both.
Don't do both.
Give me Jet set.
Yeah, I'm for real. Like y'all should just download that Discord and don't even talk, just listen. And it's like it's fucking chaos.
Who wants to lose brain cells? Go ahead and
what I did ask politely, now I'm calmer. Excuse me. I get that. But since you mentioned the whole thing about the cults and everything, have you checked out the Netflix series How to Be a Cult Leader?
No,
I don't got Netflix, so I don't know.
It's on my list.
Okay. Yeah, I got that on my list as well. But
so what about it?
Pretty interesting stuff.
What about it?
How to be a cult leader? Because we're talking about because you mentioned how certain things are cult leaders.
I mean, have you watched it yet? That's a question.
What about it? We have not watched it.
You got it on your list.
So what strikes you about the series, okay, or the movie, whatever it is, right? What about it?
Never mind.
No. Bullshit. Wait. What about? No. What about it? You brought it up. What interests you?
Well, it intrigues me, especially considering I had already seen a previous series called How to Become a Tyrant.
Okay.
And,
so what about what's in the stuff that sparked you to bring it up? What's in there?
Well, it explains how one becomes a tyrant and all the things.
So how does one become a tyrant?
Oh, my brain's gone to mush.
Ah, okay. All right. Moving on.
Like you didn't watch it.
Can I be for real why I laughed so hard? Because I'm off tomorrow, so I was drinking some Hennessy, and I thought that was Andre 416 saying that. And he deflected. I'm serious. I thought it was Andre.
I'm glad Andre's here. Shit, you get to hear what it sounds like.
Andre, wait.
Maple Leaf. At least he says, "I apologize."
Yeah.
I did apologize a couple of times.
No, it's not you. Literally, I was listening, but I wasn't listening. So when you spoke that and you deflected, it was like never mind. I thought it was Andre.
Hey, we're gonna go about 20 more minutes, guys, and we're gonna bump out of here.
Well, BGS, part of the reason why I came up in the first place, it might be a Patreon question, but I wanted to ask about the whole NATO Kenya thing.
What about it? Okay, NATO and Kenya.
Yeah, because apparently, like, they become like a non-ally.
Kenya became a non-ally of NATO.
Yeah.
When?
A couple days ago.
Wait a minute, is this over Israel?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I didn't see that one. Nobody mentioned that one. Them becoming a non-allied thing of NATO. But the thing is, I mean, they took all this fucking Chinese money. You think they're gonna become part of NATO? They're part of the BRICS. How are they gonna be both?
Yeah.
Well, because apparently, it's saying that like the president or like I'm not sure what their government is in fucking Kenya, but apparently they
It's the
went over to
president.
he went over to meet Biden, and he was over there for a few days, and they became a
all I saw is they inked a lot of business deals. I ain't seen nothing about NATO.
No, that has to do with Haiti. That's what that has to do with. I didn't really watch, but he was talking about Haiti and them a few other groups and some other shit.
I posted a link in the back.
They're a non-NATO ally. Okay, they're not part of NATO. Non-NATO. Okay.
Yeah, they're not part of them. I'm just wondering because it sounds like there's some other reason why they would.
It's called. Okay, what did Snowman said about Caitlin Clark? It's called money. They inked a whole bunch of business deals. Okay, they got American money.
India.
From Americans put a whole like billions of dollars into Kenya, as far as development. So, and as far as the industries, that's why they are non-NATO allies. In other words, they're working with white people. Well, I have no problem with it, right? Okay, as long as it's money. Okay.
They chose it.
If you want to, they ain't chose shit. Basically, they were in bed with the Chinese. Chinese put a whole lot of money into Kenya. Okay.
Yeah.
They ain't going nowhere. In
That's
fact,
right.
they're thinking about joining. They're probably going to join the BRICS within a couple of years after they take American money.
They've been known to double cross.
Just like you can say Saudi Arabia is a non-NATO ally. Okay, even though they're part of the BRICS. So when we say NATO ally, it's a non-NATO ally. Okay, you can be that.
That's all I'm saying. But just
what
for them
about
to, I was wondering, like, well, yeah, like obviously I wouldn't know about it. I was just wondering if you knew about it because it sounded interesting to me that happened in the first place.
Yeah, and okay, basically, let me go ahead and show it on the Wall Street thing, okay? Because they actually tell you they actually show you what it is. It's right in the headline, right? Okay, and go ahead and blow it up a little bit so you can see it, okay? Why they did it, right? U.S. upgrades ties as it seeks to counter Russia and China, right? It's called competition, okay?
Yep.
So in other words, they're bringing money, okay? Which they should have done in the first place. So it's spending trillions of dollars. They should have put those trillions of dollars into doing this years ago, okay? 20 years ago. In fact, that's something we talked about 20 years ago, right? Instead of the bullshit they've been doing over the past 20 years, okay? Now they have no choice except to do what? Compete the same way everybody else is competing, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, the thing to watch out for is the dollar dump.
Yeah, the dollar dump. But the thing is, the people holding it, was probably why Japan and Korea and China all met yesterday. Okay, because they weren't what to do with all these dollars floating around. Okay, that the U.S. that they're still tied to. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that is a big we'll see because 40% dump. They were reporting that on May 27th. Yeah. Memorial Day was something to be remembered if you were keeping up with the news because this is just like, wait a minute, China done dumped 40% of this shit.
They dumped like 20 before that. No, 15 or something. They dumped a whole bunch of billion.
It's 53 billion the last I saw. So I don't know what they dumped today. But the thing is, you know, we told you 2 years ago this shit is coming for a very good reason. So, but this is the path that Biden and this crew are on. Okay, they can't, they can't be upset about it. Okay, you can't say you're a competitor. I want to go to war with you. You're actually gonna keep your debt.
Right.
How does that work?
So basically, you think
that's the snake eating its tail.
Basically, you think that they're
giving yourself on your own blowjob. But go ahead.
I was just saying.
Oh, come on, not the auto slates.
Like, basically, you think that this is like an attempt to deter them from joining the BRICS?
No, what it is that it's an influence. So they know that they're already slanted that way. But if they want to compete and keep some kind of influence on the continent, they're going to have to fork over some money.
Right.
Sending in troops and guns is not going to do it.
Africa is going to be central to the world economy.
Yeah.
200 years from now, Africa will be ruling.
Less than that. less than that.
Man,
Because read.
I said
reading that
opinion. I said
well,
opinion.
reading that article.
Well, you need to reform that opinion. Okay. Tell me something. Okay.
Wait,
Like reading
how many years do you have it?
60.
Because I know 60. Oh
I
yeah,
think
Europe's fucked. Yeah,
Europe's already fucked. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
it's,
they're
it's
fucked.
already open for them.
They've
Ukraine
been fucked.
once they decimated that pipeline going to Germany, they're fucked. Okay. The economic engine of Europe is Germany. If you kill that, you kill Europe for the most part. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that link that I posted is
Oh,
saying
he
that
said.
like it's giving them the ability to purchase weapons and get loans from, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
the U.S., even though they're saying NATO.
Well, it doesn't matter. They can buy. They all have banks. They all have weapons manufacturers. Okay.
Mhm.
The thing is, the thing is right there. And there, it's actually they have to get in and compete against Russia and China because Russia and China are already embedded.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're gonna compete against them, and
Is-
they're slowly removing you from the continent. You have to compete. You have to stay somehow, right? How do you do that? You have to fork over some money, and they say, okay, we'll take your money.
Isn't Niger getting aid from Russia? I think they are.
They put the Wagner Group on the same base as the United States. Okay?
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay,
So
and plus now that basically Europe's fucked because Nigeria's not importing oil anymore. Okay, and they start manufacturing, refining oil and products for the whole Western Africa to stop imports from Europe. What's that going to do?
Yeah, that pissed me off. That pissed me off with the.
I said dun dun dun.
Makes sense.
That pissed me off that white boys didn't know that. I was talking to my coworkers, but they didn't know that we were sending Europe oil right now.
What? Why are
They-
you surprised?
I'm like, I was like, when I said it, I just said it, and they were looking at me. I'm like, yeah, the pipeline.
Yeah,
we're sending them oil. That's why, if we're pumping this much oil, our gas would be $1 right now.
The only reason you know is because this group tells you what's going on.
Yeah,
They don't know.
Yeah.
They're crying about the gas prices right now, and I'm just like, wait a minute. You do know that we have been producing the most oil in this country consecutively.
Yeah.
In our history.
In our history.
But why is Biden going to release more of the reserves again?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I ask. That's what I say to them, and I don't answer the question because they don't even know that's happening.
Yeah. Well, maybe keep more of it because countries like Ghana and Nigeria won't be accepting refined products from you anymore. Okay.
And not only that,
my price might go down.
Well,
not only that, you have to be for real. Like a lot of our oil is dirty as fuck compared to some other countries. So to refine it, so they rather release the reserve because it's already processed and all that type of shit.
Actually, frack oil is actually pretty clean compared to
yes, it is.
It is.
Yep.
You think it's compared to
crude?
Oh wow!
Try Venezuela's heavy crude, man. It has to be processed with certain refineries. Okay, they have really sticky tar-like crude. Okay,
with dirt all in it.
Just understand. Since he's been in office, the reserve, I believe, was low 600s.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where it is now? It's in the 300s.
Yeah, because you're shipping all that stuff over to Europe after dun the pipeline.
And they always get into some unsustainable shit.
Wait, is this proper conversation to have on here, or is this back on the back end?
Prepper? What are you talking about, prepper?
Not proper. Like, should that be said here, or should that be?
It's out. We said this 2 years ago. It's public.
It's already happened.
Hey, you have economists saying, or what Fauci says, finito. It's over.
Yes.
At play two of them, right? Yeah,
already.
Both of them in the same panel, Wolf and Hudson, saying the exact same shit, man. And they're pissed, okay? Because they're Americans. They're pissed.
Chicken is about to skyrocket.
It depends.
Yeah. Texas and the South, it is.
Well,
Y'all got a
BGS,
chicken plant on every block, so what the fuck?
That shit got dead.
Shout out to
That shit
Tyson
got
Chicken.
fucked up.
Yeah.
well, BGS, like
Yes,
what
sir.
made that like part of what made that interesting to me, like in the article, it was saying that that's the only African country that's a non-ally of NATO.
No, Nigeria,
Oh,
Ghana.
really?
There's a bunch. There's a
Well,
few of them.
it's
They're
just
still there.
in the article. I obviously don't.
Morocco,
Morocco, yeah. Well, they're yeah. Well, there's a few.
they're special.
Libya too. You know, because Libya is still
Oh, yeah.
connected to non-NATO ally. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. So, you know,
I don't think people really understand the contention between NATO and the African nations.
no.
But, you
Yeah.
know,
Well,
Especially after Gaddafi.
that's why they put non-NATO. Okay, and it's not a
Mhm.
military alliance. In other words, we're willing to do business with you, but not militarily. Okay,
Yep.
that's why they put non-NATO.
mhm. So Africans been
Brazilian,
screaming at NATO. I mean, screaming at especially the UN for like ages. Like, we're supposed to be member states and we barely get a vote.
Hmm. Oh yeah, that man. And Israel just took it over. You know, basically pushed everything into high gear. So
Mhm.
I said, you know what? Like they said, you cannot. You know, wait a minute. Where's it at? Right? You know, I know he's gonna get mad, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Right?
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
Thank you, Snowman.
Just a thought. No, I actually gave that to Snowman. Okay.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah.
was you?
Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
Man.
Now I'm thinking about Caitlin Clark and NWM. My sister said because she was actually going to play. She knows these people, right? She's going to say that. She said the exact same thing. How do you fuck this shit up?
Oh my God.
You're making money, but even the white women are not happy. Okay. How come it wasn't me? He said, "Bitch, shut the fuck up and sit down and accept the money." Okay.
Yeah, just
I
shut
think,
it.
like, we're trying to use logic with them bitches.
Good luck with that.
Those bitches.
Like, they're mad.
We got to talk proper English here, man. We got to show we educated.
I
So
love that.
those bitches, not them bitches.
They got to just dribble. That's all they need to do.
Yeah, there's got to be at least one of them saying, "Hold on a minute, wait a minute. These stadiums are being filled up. Holy maybe we should shut the fuck up."
Basically, Microsoft does not want Skype to be outside of its orbit. They don't want Skype to be Zoom. Okay, intentionally.
Okay.
They intentionally hold Skype back. People been complaining about that shit for years because it doesn't integrate into other things. Okay, outside of Microsoft Office.
I forgot about
Does anybody still use Skype?
I forgot about
Skype. I use Skype every week. So yeah.
I use it from time to time with relatives and whatnot.
Yeah.
Especially in places where WhatsApp doesn't work and such.
Yeah, there's so many other ways to contact people outside of Skype is ridiculous. But Skype still reaches phones, so that's why it's useful.
I video chat my grandma on Facebook Messenger.
I bet when you call, she answers. She's like, "Hi, baby, how you been?"
Yeah.
Everything, right?
Oh no, she don't ask me shit. She be like, "Where my great grandson at?" Fuck
But
you.
if you're overseas, you actually want to make a phone call. Skype is probably still the best thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
what about WhatsApp though?
If you want to call somebody and on their number, okay, on their cell phone number, like a regular phone call, Skype. WhatsApp doesn't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I did forget about Skype. Jeez.
When I was in Guatemala, so I kept in contact with the family. Right, just call their phone on Skype. Okay. Because it's actually attached to.
BGS.
Local.
I hate to be an ass, but could you please repeat that last part about the real phone call and the king? I didn't hear that part. Somebody was talking.
I know millennials don't get it, but yeah. In other words, the Skype is connected as an exchange, right? So you can actually call the local phone number just like you have a local phone in that country, right? Through Skype, because they actually pay for it.
What I was talking about, like in terms of like WhatsApp, is that they have like the video call on it, which Like if you're talking to like a family member, you probably want to see them when you talk to them.
You can do that through any app. What thing is okay? What if I wanna call your phone directly? Okay.
Yeah, not the app.
Not the app. I want to just call your phone directly. I don't have a phone number. Okay. Well, WhatsApp can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, I
Skype easily
in a long ass time.
And Zoom, hell, you can do this to StreamYard if you really want to. But the thing is, it goes to the app, goes to the internet. If you actually want to call through the phone system itself, that's Skype. Skype does that. Okay.
Yeah, because my mom's a boomer, and I video call her through WhatsApp because she doesn't know how to use FaceTime.
I get it, but that's not what we're talking about, though, sir.
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about in terms of like speaking.
I know, but I wasn't talking about that. Okay. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was Leon that brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother tried it. She sent my sister the cell phone back.
Yeah.
She said,
nope.
Yeah.
I can't.
You don't take this non-working shit out my hand, child.
You can actually call a landline through Skype. Okay.
Yes, unfortunately, there's some places where Skype's not exactly can access those places. I mean, Eritrea is one of them, so I have to call directly through my cell phone.
Yeah,
I can't use Skype with my mother, so when I call, it's just like I call her.
Because they don't have a hook into the exchange. So yeah,
that's true. And they purposely made it a black hole.
I remember when it switched to 10 cents a minute. All right.
That was revolutionary. Revolutionary back then. Yeah. Thank you, Gaddafi. Okay.
Damn.
A minute, brother.
BGS, when you say thank you, Gaddafi, don't forget to pound the table and pump your fists like Gaddafi.
We don't want to do all that, man. But you got ears listening, okay?
Oh, sorry. These sarcastic, okay.
The people that know what I mean know what I mean. Okay.
He be in a whole other list.
Ooh.
I live too close to the NSA for this bullshit.
With this bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Anyway. Anything else?
Hey, Nayland, you're African, right? Yeah, your loyalty is supposed to be here to America, not him. But
he's not in America.
Yeah.
No.
Damn, you ain't always forget.
I'm across the Atlantic from y'all.
Yeah, he's in the Netherlands. But he sounds like he's American.
Not. Well, I still can't find a decent pair of wooden shoes, BGS. And plus, the windmills are just give me the creeps sometimes. So
I don't get wooden shoes, nor will I ever. Okay.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Imagine if I was in Greece, and they try to fit me in a toga, or one of those things that the traditional attire that the soldiers wear when they're guarding, national palace and such. I look ridiculous.
And shit, you got them thick-thighed white women with them fat asses out there.
BGS, not completely responding to what Buddy said in the chat. He's talking about like Neuralink. Because recently I did hear that apparently one of them malfunctioned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if the dude's alive or not, but basically he ended up fucking him up and he ended up having to go to the hospital for it. But he's talking about like whether he thinks like a new world order is gonna come from that.
Why did he put it in his brain if he thought about that?
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm talking. This dude in the chat is asking about that, but look, I don't think it's anywhere near that if it's malfunctioning already.
It's called experimental.
Yes,
exactly. These are test pilots.
Yes, they are.
Who remembers a movie about something like that? It was Gene Hackman, Hugh Grant, a neurologist and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Experiments with certain people.
I mean, they do ask you to sign paperwork before they.
Exactly.
They say Musk has one in his brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary thought.
If it's true, it's definitely not the model that's going in everybody else's.
No. But basically, it's trial and error right now. So
exactly.
They have them in mice. They have them in monkeys. But the thing is, they're still experimenting with people.
Yeah. There's about 4 companies right now.
Yeah.
They have external devices. One has a smaller chip, but they're all facing the same issue. The external devices, they're not working like that. They can do like eye movement and certain stuff, but the internal,
yeah.
you know.
It's the thing is how do you not fry the neuron with the
exactly.
with the chip? That's the problem that they're having. Okay.
See, I don't think they're really tapping into that. I watched the shit with the pigs, but when you look at it, they're not even truly coming into contact with all that.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Otherwise, yes, they are.
Not the ones that they delivered. The ones that they delivered, it's on the brain, but it's not like.
How do you come in contact with the brain without tapping into the neuron?
No, what I'm saying is not you come into contact with the white matter anyway and the gray matter, but they're not like.
Wait a minute, are they not neurons, sir?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not like injecting that shit because that's what I'm saying. It's
okay. What do you mean? We say injecting what?
Okay, you have the wires or whatever the dials. They're not sticking them inside, but what they've done is they use like people that can't walk and they can stick those inside, but they have head movement.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
Sorry, we did. The last thing I had read on them, they couldn't figure out how to keep them cool.
Yes.
Like when they start processing data, they heat up and
they heat up and they burn.
Sounds like a problem.
They burn out the neurons. That's the problem that they're having. That's why
exactly.
They haven't figured that part out yet.
That's why I don't believe Elon has one in his brain right now.
Yeah, because your brain chemistry is delicate. Like the temperature of the fluids in your brain is very delicate. You know, when you heat up, it might fry something you need.
Exactly.
It ends up becoming a vegetable.
And most chips run at what 90 C, which is what 150 degrees Fahrenheit, way above boiling.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Our body is only like 199.
Human body's not supposed to reach over 98 degrees.
One time.
Becoming abnormal.
All right, one time.
The human body's not supposed to reach over 98 degrees. Once it does that, it becomes abnormal. It's going to start wanting to shut down.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So
G.
basically,
hold on. Go ahead, G. You want to say something?
No, you guys go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I can't remember the exact word. I know it if I see it, but I'm gonna say mucosa, submucosa, and the medius of the layers of that keep the electricity from outflowing and making you flick your wrists and shit. So when you inject that, you're damaging your neuron and your axon and shit at the top of my head. As soon as you damage that, I mean it's practically your globules can't fix that shit like that.
What the main issue is, something has to be in contact with your nervous system.
Yes.
Like it has to physically connect to you. They can't figure out a way to keep it cool. Like your body is naturally, your body is already naturally warm, but your body fluctuates. Like it'll be 100, it'll already be 98, but that little fluctuation, they don't have the material science. Like it's the material. We don't have the proper material to make it.
And the chips run much harder than that. That's the problem.
The body always wants to be balanced at a homeostasis. So good luck with that. Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of like
one at a time. Go ahead, G.
It's kind of like how rubber is the perfect solution for a lot of stuff, but for some stuff you can't use rubber. Like that's kind of like what's going on with the diode thing. They don't have a metal or a material that can stay cool.
That's why they're experimenting with growing brains and actually using programmed neurons as a medium. That's what they're experimenting with now. But that's not ready yet. They just started that stuff.
I think it's interesting.
Like, I know the last thing they were experimenting, they had like a pad that would connect, and then they would put the diode in the pad, but then they can't transfer information directly. Like the electronic signals don't transfer to the pad because of the heat. Like that little temperature, them couple of degrees matter when you transferring information.
Yeah, well, the thing is, your brain shuts down at 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay.
Yeah. Damage is 105.
I think it's interesting how fast this stuff advanced, because just 5 to 10 years ago, they were talking about there was like a family in the U.S. They might have done other people as well, but a family that agreed to like get chips and finance into them, and they were claiming like the reason why they got the chips is that so that like say they got into a car accident or something, that they'd be able to scan them. And
but those chips are actually you have to highlight them with energy. They don't carry energy themselves, right? So in other words, you put something on them, just like a scanner. In other words, if say if the satellite hits it, it'll actually pick up the signal and respond back to it. Okay, that's what those chips are for, to find things, right?
Yeah,
just like an iPhone, like the little tracker chips you put on a item like a bike or a car or something like that. That's what those chips are for.
Yeah, they were already putting RFIDs in people in the early 2000s.
Because they don't care, they actually don't produce their own energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard.
Sorry, go ahead, sir.
No, I was just saying I've heard high net worth people put that in some of their children.
Yeah, because you have prone to get kidnapped. Okay.
Kidnapped, exactly.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting, like how they went from that to like putting implants in people's brains. Like that's crazy.
Go back. They talked about that in was that in the 60s. They actually wrote a movie about it, a book about it, and then a movie. It's called what was it called? The Terminal Man. Okay, back in 1969, he was the first one. We actually put implants into his brain.
Yeah, that's stupid.
They actually. Hold on, they actually already have things that do like pre-programmed things. Like if you have a certain diode connected, if you excrete a certain chemical, it already does something. So they figured out certain ways to connect the brain and machines, but the Neuralink is supposed to help you process information.
Yeah,
like that's the whole different thing. Yeah.
They have them. They do work. The thing is, and this is something that Sir Charles said back in the 90s. The thing is, it burns out the neurons. That's the biggest problem that they're having. Something that can go into the brain, link it up, and actually stay there without damaging the neurons inside your nervous system.
Brain.
That's hard. Yeah.
And I know I was reading some stuff on it, and they was like, some of the diodes shut down certain glands that you need to produce, like saliva or sweat. So there's some subjects they put the diode in, and then that person couldn't produce sweat no more. So they had to go in and do surgery because they had shut down one of his glands, his nervous connected to his gland. Like that shit, because they don't really know all the stuff that's connected together. In the brain.
They don't.
Yeah.
So,
and we got about 10 minutes, guys. We're going to actually close it down. So.
Well, apparently the human body is the final frontier, and there's so much yet to be mapped about it, especially the human brain.
Man. Sorry about that.
What I wanted to say was, like, since we're talking about chips, I remember, like, watching a clip a few years ago, like, people are implanting chips in their hands so they don't have to, like, because and the chip is, like, used to identify them, but they also use it to, like, pay with stuff and everything. This was the Sweden going on. Something out of Demolition Man, if y'all remember that movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
In fact, a lot of this technology we see right now reminds you of Demolition Man, one way or another.
Yeah, go ahead and march into those controls.
But the issue
did you?
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was actually. Did you say it's chefs? The people couldn't sweat?
They didn't know what they were doing, so they actually put in a dial that shut off a certain nervous reaction that caused the sweat gland to shut down.
Yeah, well,
they made the hypothalamus shut down.
But no, you have glands that control certain things that you automatically do. Like that produce, like when we produce semen, that comes from a gland. We produce neurotoxins and serotonin, and all of this stuff come from glands. When they put the diodes into a person's brain, they don't actually know, like everybody's brain chemistry is different. So they don't actually know what they're hitting in this person's brain.
That's what I was trying to explain about hitting the neuron, and you're splitting the layers that stop you from getting electrocuted in your brain. But then if you're not sweating, that's what's the fucking word? I always brain fart on the word.
What is the thing? Your brain already produces electricity. It's already.
I know. Yeah.
Fired neurons.
But what I'm saying is your neurons are wrapped in. I said mucosa, but that's the wrong word for
Talking
that.
about myelin sheaths.
But
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
not the issue. The issue is your physical stuff. Like when you go into the brain, you know, your brain has different parts, but your brain is not your mind. Like your brain automatically, like you automatically sweat. You automatically sweat. You don't have to think about it. You automatically
that's
blink.
from the hypothalamus. This is from the hypothalamus.
Now you're talking about your autonomic functions.
Now, but they don't actually understand your consciousness yet. So they don't know what's going to affect your consciousness or your sentience and your biochemistry of what you do. Like your brain is multiple sections of your brain that do multiple things. Yeah, but they don't know exactly where your mind is. They don't know what part of your brain that your sentience come from. They don't know if you get it from your pituitary gland. They don't know if you get it from your medulla oblongata. They don't know if you get it from the frontal lobe. Yeah, they don't know where exactly everything comes from. Yeah.
The mind rides on top of the brain. They don't know exactly the combination of all of it. Yeah.
In fact, you would get more out of psychology than you will get out of this technology.
Yeah, the technology. That's true.
Yeah.
But anyway, y'all, guess what?
Let's wrap this shit up.
Good evening. Your time now is 10:52. I'm Jeanette Reyes. We told you at 7:52. I don't want to hold you. We told you at 8:52. Don't let me keep you. This just into our newsroom. You are not obligated to go to your place of residence as your final destination, but it certainly cannot be here.
I mean, closing thoughts, folks. Go ahead.
First, don't put that shit in my head because I need my pancreas. Thank you. Goodbye.
I watched a movie that had like a guy. There's an alien invasion that's coming in like 4 years, and I was thinking about like chopping out BGS's head and downloading them and freezing them in time, so we can utilize all the information and just cite the shit and say BGS at the end.
Who's that nigga on that nag? Okay, that's what they're gonna say.
I gotta tell you that movie. It's on Netflix though. I watched it. It's good.
Just email me the name of it. Okay.
All
right. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Anybody?
Yeah, I concur with that's it. That's it.
Don't put that shit in my head. Huh?
Exactly. I'm straight, man.
I don't trust you ninjas, okay?
Nope. AirPod is as good as it's gonna get.
Thou art not shit, sir, but you're correct. All right, who's next?
I'll go. If they're gonna put that shit in my head, make sure I get a version of Uncle Ruckus that denies sexy reds, ratchets, black women, fat, overweight, and obese, like a deny access if the bitch want money. So I'm out of here.
All right, who's next? Anyone? Bueller?
I'll be last.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dre. Leon, Dre, y'all go ahead.
You're up already. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was just saying, thanks for having me. Great conversation. Sent you a super chat just now, but yeah, great conversation. Yeah, this stuff is like really interesting to me. So I'm glad that you facilitated this and you had brothers up here that actually know what they're talking about. So really appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anytime, man. Normally don't do this. We normally don't do this on open air. We normally just like behind the wall. But yeah, it is what it is.
I'd just like to say bye to Dre and tell him I'm crip walking in Toronto.
He's already done it, sir. So you're late. Okay. Go ahead, Nema. You got the last one.
I just want to say y'all ain't shit, and y'all God bless y'all for it. But most importantly, as far as the chip thing is, as far as putting chips in my head, I'm glad I have a fractured skull, so I would not be medically cleared for that. As well as I would fail the psych evaluation for that. So I'm good.
Fractured skull, there might be more access to it. Oh, he's already fucked up. We can't fuck him up anymore.
That's true. I am pretty fucked up. You know it.
Yeah, we love it.
But then again, I'm glad I'm fucked up for it. Drizzle. If you grizzle, then you certified drizzle, baby.
All right, folks. That is it. And we're gonna let the Drizzle King take us out. I haven't played Dusty. I'll let Dusty take us out. I didn't play Dusty today. So, all right, folks, next time. So we got a couple dissenters, but mostly just one. So I guess they didn't want to come up and be excoriated, but it is what it is. Here we go.